I'm the leader, the Iron Man, the Ninth Son, you know who I am. Blades find their mark and my mind is sharp. My psionics tell you our minds are hells apart. Straightforward and honest, I'm no soothsayer, worth no more than 900. My destiny is ahead, never afraid to confront it. I'll keep everyone safe even if I won't make it. Instruments humming, our tune is loud, showing our courage, our time is now. Our Lord is boundless and together we stand proud. 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 Big man, big heart, rage and control. Proud father, wisdom with age, never selfish, never cold. Knock you out with these fists, fall to the floor. Prefer peace, don't test me, I'll even the score. Brute strength to silence enemies, they'll fall. A peaceful soul, don't hesitate to grow. Instruments humming, our tune is loud, showing our courage, our time is now. Our Lord is boundless and together we stand proud. 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 Seeking shiny the cat's out of the bed. Middle mate can be called ironclad. No cat and mouse, but with my prey I'll play a support animal, yeah. I'm your steel defender. No scratches on this cat, built sleek and slender. No attitude like men. I'm tired of you, so talk to my creator now. The shadows gather as I walk in shadow elf, but I hate my kin. Tinker inventor, I always have the tools for the job. Rules never tidy, kind of a slob. Sleep is for the weak, so I never catch a wink. If I feel tired, just down an energy drink. Master hacker, intelligent, without a doubt. Stand in my way, fuck around and find out. Proud. Instruments humming, our tune is loud, showing our courage, our time is now. Our Lord is boundless and together we stand proud. 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 Man with a voice smooth as silk, not full of hot air. I've got the skills, air genesi, musical talent unmatched. Singing sax, playing bagpipes on blast. My music sharp like a cloud of daggers, got the moves like Jagger. I ain't no slacker, objects move when I'm around. An army of animated things who can't be brought down. I'll be your test, can't withstand this tempest. Proud. Instruments humming, our tune is loud, showing our courage, our time is now. Our Lord is boundless and together we stand proud. 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 My magic's divine, like a holy man's words. I bring the fire, like soon in a church. In the kitchen or chapel, that's where I shine. I'm the heart of the party, keeping their health in line. Pocket bacon, always stocked up, ready to share. If anyone's in need, I'm quick to be there. Divine skills, prestigious and strong. I'm the party shield, they call me Aegis, it won't be long. Proud. Instruments humming, our tune is loud, showing our courage, our time is now. Our Lord is boundless and together we stand proud. Proud.
Okay, hello stream. Mic check. It looks like it's working. Just checking to make sure. Okay, perfect. Awesome. All right, we're going to jump right into it because they're right in the middle of combat, so I don't want to drag it out too much. Thank you guys for being here. Hang out as long as you can. The players are pretty active in chat. I am terrible at paying attention to it. I thought it'd be better, but I'm not. A year in, right? Over a year in. So, all right, let's do it. All right, troublemakers.
Which one in specific?
I was gonna say we're just having a conversation about linguistics. It's actually pretty professional.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah, we learned something.
y'all rolled.
Give
nat
us like
20s.
5 minutes and it'll change.
Yeah.
Let them cook.
All right, so not a whole lot as far as the recap is concerned. You guys, so XP for last session. Hold on a second. Sorry, I'm gonna pull. I don't want to screw up my D&D Beyond since it's been so wonky. Give me 1 second so I can pull it up in a different window.
I really love these Big B's hand dice. They're like my favorite.
All right, so that was a big fight, as you guys know. So the total, you still get XP for the ones that didn't make it through the portal. The total amount of XP for that fight was 6,100. It was a shitload. It was a shitload. But you guys also didn't have to fight like six of the creatures, so you know how I do. So 6,100.
Take it those guys were particularly nasty.
They were. You also were down a party member, and I didn't scale it, so that makes a difference.
So that's crazy. I just leveled up from that, but I'm also already a quarter way to the next one.
Halfway for me.
Yeah, I mean, we got to remember too. We're all between like level 11 and 13 right now, so the XP bracket shifts dramatically here. Pretty soon 10,000 a round or a combat won't be too out of question.
Yeah, it won't be too.
Just based on how the calculator works.
Mm-hmm.
You don't hear me complaining though.
All
Big
right.
numbers make brain happy.
I do think that yelling at Zachary to record should have been worth down a 278 XP on its own.
Just for him, right?
Yes.
Yeah, honestly, yes.
All right.
Yeah, what level is Zachary by now?
Oh, you guys don't want to know. You guys haven't even figured out his class yet.
Oh, I got some. No, I guess I don't really. I just assume Butler, like probably level 12 Butler.
He's a level 12 butler. He got it.
Multi-classes driver.
Yeah.
Well, he's multi-classes driver and like 4 levels in gunslinger.
Carmancer, is that what we called him before?
Carmancer. Yeah, that's it. He's level 12 Carmancer.
Cavalier just upgraded his mount.
Mm-hmm. He did. It's true. All right. So it is 2/18/2024, February 18th, 2024, at about 10 a.m. because you guys would have to travel after that first fight to get to where you are now, which is fighting while your Void Dragon friend turns into a Gem Dragon friend. So, quick recap. Aegis, you guys started out with fighting the frogs. Aegis began to cast a spell, and as he did so, both of the bodies of the casters disappeared into gold energy, as though the last of their life force was used to counter whatever spell Aegis was attempting to cast. At that same moment, Tempest saw Aegis disappear through a golden portal that appeared beneath him very suddenly. You finished fighting the frogs and the misty, shadowy creatures, and during that, at some point, Marcus was also able to see that Aegis was okay. He appeared to be stuck in a weird time portal. It was basically the best way that it could be explained. He decided to keep on keeping on and headed toward Bessa's lair. And when you got there, you actually saw that he was floating up in the sky. Inside, he actually called to you. He was floating up in the sky in like a weird gem thingy. I'll share that again. So he's floating, and Marcus decided to jump right on top of that bad boy and placed himself in a really, honestly, really smart strategic place. However, you guys started to really take a kind of a beating on the ground because things were happening and there was a construct that appeared, and while you were holding your own, Marcus couldn't bear to watch you guys getting beat up, and Beza gave him the okay to jump down. So he did so and joined you, but not before putting darkness surrounding the gem. So that's kind of where we're at right now. We do have heat metal on the big guy. You guys have taken out the spiders already. Tentacles is vibing, and the dragon is still in the middle of the transformation. I did do something. I got new music this week. I thought it was a little bit better.
Way better.
Very epic.
Yeah. No offense to the music you had before, but I could only take so much of it.
Me too. Me too. It was called Death and Axes, and I'm like, okay, it's so many axes. We need something else.
Yeah, it's like, why are people? Where did these axes come from?
How do you have so many axes? Okay, so new music. Woohoo! Any clarifications needed from anybody on anything?
Yeah, because it's my turn next, at least from the turn order. And I think it's actually Kira, not me, because we discussed last time.
Yeah, you guys had to flip-flop.
But when I'm grappling a creature, I can still attack, right?
It's grappling you, I believe, but you can still attack.
No, I grabbed it and dragged it.
Oh, that's right,
back
you
into the
did.
daggers.
You did drag it back to the daggers.
Technically, if you got knocked down, there may have been some bad things that happened there.
I think I already damaged him.
No. I mean, like, does he still grapple him? Does he still have?
Oh,
him?
I
So
see what
they're
you're
both
saying.
Prone?
Yeah, we said he came
Yeah,
with
they're
me.
both prone. Yeah, they're both prone. That was the downside to that. So you can't use your other arms right now, right?
No, I have no key points.
But you do have like 10 feet of reach.
Yeah.
And I think the way that grapple works is you only have to have one hand free in order to grapple, and the other hand is free. Because I've grappled things before and
And
even
punched
with
it.
a
That
mace-
was...
I've never punched.
No,
anything.
not as
I hit them
Marcus.
with my.
Yeah. But I was thinking with bonking, though, it would make sense that you'd be able to hold with one arm and punch with the other. I don't see why not. You're also monk trained, so I think that's fair.
Okay, does that mean I don't get my bonus action one? Because that's because I have two hands.
If you have to have two hands to do something, then you will not be able to do it.
No, it's just because I have an offhand attack is why I have the bonus
Oh, I
action.
see what you're saying. Yeah. So since you're using your offhand to hold him, I'm going to say no to that.
That's fine. Alright, that's all my questions. Kira, please take it away.
Any other questions or needs for clarifications on anything?
I like how you specifically avoided concerns. I like how that's just become a thing now.
We're not taking concerns. All right. With that being said, we will start with our new music with Kira at the top of round 6.
Okay. Fair warning. On my laptop, things are slow, but I'm doing my best. I'm going to shoot heat metal. The cats are just going to continue to take the dodge action. Before I do any of that, I'm standing up.
Okay, good call.
Okay, rolling to attack.
I can also help you with icons if you need cat, since you're moving slow on that end.
Yes, please.
I got you. I got you and the girls. God, that was the most dad thing I could have said.
Oh, and now my rolls aren't coming over. I literally did a test roll. Okay, I'm just gonna do it in roll 20. $15 to hit for the first attempt.
Hold on one second. I forgot to open that page. Okay. Uh, 15 does not hit. A 17
17.
does hit. Okay.
7 points of magical pew pew, and then I'm checking my heat metal damage. I didn't mark down which level I cast it at, so I'm going to have to assume I cast it at 2nd level.
Okay.
Eight points of fire.
Okay.
And that's going to conclude our thing.
Got it. All right. Moving on to Bonkin.
All right. So, can I stand up while holding him?
Yeah, it's a movement. Your movement's not impeded, so I'll say yes.
Then I guess I'll get up. And I guess while he's still down, I'll punch him twice.
Are you leaving him? Are you leaving him on the ground, or are you still holding him?
I'm still holding him. I
Okay.
don't know. I have 6. If I have to lift him up, then I'll do that.
Sorry, I'm gonna interject slightly. I missed with that first attack, and I also rolled flat, and I was shooting into a grapple.
Oh, that's true. Okay, roll
And my
damage.
AC is 15.
Yeah, roll damage for Bonkin.
Yeah.
Bonkin.
Sorry.
Second time you shot Bonk in this combat?
I think it is.
Yes, actually.
Bonkin, so I think that the best way to do this is you either will have to let go of him to stand up, because just thinking it through, since you don't have your extra arms, it's hard to justify that. So if you can stand up, leave him prone, that's fine, and then attack him that way. Or if you want to keep him grappled, I think my call will be it's going to take your entire turn to be able to figure that out. You would be like right there because you're grappling him.
Right, that's fine. In that case, I guess I'll just punch him while on the ground.
Okay. Yeah, 20. Hold on one sec. Okay, so since you guys are both prone, you would be attacking each other at disadvantage. So roll one more time just to make sure that you don't miss. Okay, you do successfully hit him. So go ahead and roll damage. Okay.
Alright, second attack.
Make sure you do it with disadvantage. Yeah, the second one misses. Yep.
I think that'll be all for my turn.
Okay. Moving on to Marcus.
Okay, so to be clear then, these guys are on the ground still taking up that 2x2 block, correct?
Yes.
And the daggers are affecting Bonkin as well as this guy? Or is it just
It's
this
just
guy?
that guy, unless something wacky happens with this guy.
Okay, understood. Now, if Bonkin were to roll into that square here, he would get
Yes.
he would get fucked up.
Yep.
Okay, understood. Thank you so much. And the daggers are still just kind of like spinning in a vortex up and around and just cutting where they can on this guy?
Yeah, just slashing.
Exactly. Yep, that's perfect. That's what I needed to know. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use half of my movement to stand up. And then I am going to use my environmental action to sling the maces at my side.
Okay.
And I'm going to use one of my attack actions, and I'm going to attempt to grapple this fucking spider. I'm picking it up and taking it with me.
Okay.
So it's can either use its
Into a
athletics or
spider purse.
acrobatics. What was that?
Picking up your little spider purse.
Oh no, it was gonna be my spider horse. I'm about to ride this bitch into glory. Just kidding. I'm not riding a fucking spider. Okay.
Hold
I
on,
will
one-
choose. Sorry, what?
I was gonna say 1 sec. I'm
Okay. My athletics is 27.
okay. All right, it's got a. It did not. You win.
Okay, I had a feeling that would be the case. So, as I reach down and fucking just bear hug this thing and pick it up, I'm just gonna yell, "Don't worry, I've got you, Min!" And I'm gonna go 5, 10, 15, turn, and I'm gonna throw it into the fucking cloud of daggers since this guy's laying down.
Seems legit. All right. If you want to roll damage, Tempest for the cloud of daggers.
Hell yeah.
Level I wasn't pretty sure it was.
Got that. All right.
How's it looking?
It does not look good.
Excellent. So, then I will use my second attack, and I am going to attempt to claw this bitch.
All right.
That's a nat 20.
Okay. Yes, it is.
Alright, so this is not magical in any way, shape, or form. It's just 8 points of normal slashing damage.
Okay, some weird goo breaks out of its shell, I guess.
Excellent. And then for my offhand attack, I'm going to claw it with the other hand.
All right.
Yeah, this got really gross really fast. 16?
The 16 will hit.
Alright, this is just for, minimum. So another 5 points of bludgeoning. Actually, you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna burn another side point. Oh,
Don't do that.
okay. Does it look like it's gonna pop?
Yeah,
Okay.
so-
Sorry, I didn't realize it was even bloody.
No, it's okay. Yeah, it happened really fast. So
Oh, okay.
yeah. So as you, I won't be as, I won't give the description that popped into my head because it was super
Do it.
gross last time. All right, fine. So much like a Cadbury egg, as you punch through, I told you.
No.
I
Oh,
told
the
you.
yolks. No.
Yeah. I don't even have to
Don't
say
ruin
anything
Cadbury
else.
eggs.
They're disgusting. I can only eat one a year.
Happy Easter, assholes!
It's the candy corn of Easter, man.
I was
Kevin's
not
like,
talking
"We're
about
not."
the caramel egg. We're okay.
I can do
Cream
the
eggs,
caramel.
of course.
Yeah, I don't like the cream ones. We'll ruin the cream ones. So yeah, this thing gets squished. Marcus manages to just destroy it with his mace.
No, I'm clawing.
Or sorry, with
What?
his claw. Excuse me.
I also use flails. Are you good? Are you okay?
I'm
You need a drink?
maybe. No, I'm good.
You need a bong and a blint?
Oh
I think the
god.
drink might be the problem.
Okay, so yeah, so I guess I clawed a couple times.
Yeah.
It explodes.
It's real gross.
I kind of wince as the fucking goo spills all over me, and then I'm just gonna turn to face these two rolling around on the fucking ground,
Yeah.
and I'll continue to maintain concentration while I end my turn.
All right, sounds good. Tempest.
Tempest seeing Marcus press this thing into the blender, just gonna like puke into his mouth a little bit. Like, oh god. Oh, that's so nasty. So Bonkin is still grappled with this guy. Shooting him. And they're both prone, so it would be disadvantage on any kind of ranged attack.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's. How's everybody looking health-wise at this point? How's Bonkin looking?
Bonkin.
I'm bloody.
Yeah, Bonkin's
You are bloodied?
bloodied. Mm-hmm. Kira looks a little bit hurt. Marcus is perfect as usual.
I will. Ooh. 35 feet up. So this is going to have to be a huge. Fly over here and then cast Healing Word on Bonkin.
All right.
It's not going to be a whole lot, but you know what? Better than 0. So here we go. Yeah. Okay. 10 points.
That's pretty good,
He's
actually.
back.
Yeah.
Not bad. Not bad. Not bad for Healing Word. Okay. Then bonus action, Tentacles is going to take a whack. It's going to be a disadvantage still too, right? Or will it? Because it's meleeing into a grapple. But
Yeah.
They're both prone. So would that be advantage, or would it just be a straight roll?
It will be advantage. However, keep in mind that Bonkin is in the fray. Just so that that's stated.
Well.
The good thing is you have a much higher chance of hitting your target by rolling advantage. So
Exactly.
you'd have to miss it twice, both times, and then be just at what his is.
Awesome.
He likes tentacles.
You don't know that.
I have a hunch, fisherman.
Oh.
Yeah, that does hit.
Samesies. Okay, perfect. Whack. Yeah. Well, better than 0.
It is.
Just a little bit of psh, stop. Psh, stop hitting my friend. Psh, stop it.
And with the heat metal along with the ice, a little.
Don't tell me that did it.
No, a little chunk of like his leg actually kind of pops off because it went from really, really hot to really, really cold and then shatters. He is looking what you might consider something like him to be bloodied.
That doesn't- Move an additional 10 feet down, so he's at 25 feet.
All right. Anything else? All right.
Nope, that's it.
All right. All the spiders are dead. Okay. So, Marcus, you still have the network open, I believe.
Oh, it's not everyone.
That's what I
I've got
thought.
it for 2 minutes, so
Okay.
I've got it like for another minute and change.
Okay, perfect. I just want to make sure. Okay, so you would hear at first it's like a pained sound, and then everybody would hear unmistakably the roar of a dragon. Marcus, it doesn't sound like it's coming from Bessa, but it is coming from that area. All right, now it's this guy's turn. Okay, so he is going to definitely... He's not able to stand up, I think, since he's being grappled, so he's going to just try to hit Bonkin back.
That's fair.
Actually, hold on one second.
It's also the beginning of his turn, so he takes dagger damage.
Actually, so what's it? Yeah,
Is it
so
at the
go ahead and roll the damage for the daggers.
Oh, sorry.
Nice roll. All right.
Consistent.
So what happens? So Bonkin is basically just squeezing this guy. What you'll see is that he will start to glow. The entire form starts to glow, and I need... I don't know if the tentacle has... Does the tentacle have stats of any kind?
He's incorporeal.
Okay. So Bonkin, Marcus,
Basically,
Kira...
Is he casting a spell?
No.
Okay. God damn it.
Self-destructing.
And
shit.
and Min and also Bonkin, take 8 points from the heat metal. That was a good point.
I think she-
Oh, actually, okay, no, Kira, just re-roll it because I guess he gets his own damage depending on.
Yep, you're in contact with it. Like way.
Oh, it was
contact
less.
with
There you go. 6 instead of 8. Woohoo! Okay, so I need you guys to give me a dexterity saving throw, please.
Would it be 2 or?
Is everybody on the ground?
Everyone on the ground. Tempest, you're the only one that does not have to do it. And I guess
Holy
tentacles.
shit! That doesn't
Nice.
happen very often. I'll take the 23.
Do I have a straight roll? Because I have advantage on seeing him, but because I'm on the ground.
I don't think. Hold on. That's a good question. Yeah, that's what I thought. There's no disadvantage on saving throws, so you get the advantage. You definitely see this coming. Okay. And then the cats.
Syl is over by the crystal. I'm just checking what Min's is.
Okay, yeah, Syl is fine then. Zoopal is fine.
And Min gets roll with advantage because of the dodge, I believe.
Mm-hmm. Ah, okay, everybody succeeds. Hold on one second.
Not Min. That's a 13 total.
Okay. Alright, so... That's a 13? Okay. Wow, I rolled actually pretty low. Okay, so what happens is...
Oh, sorry. Hang on. I do have one more flash of genius. I'm going to take Min up to a 17.
Okay.
And hope.
Alright, got it. Okay, so what happens is he starts to glow, and it's a glow of gold energy. It's Bonkin, well, everybody actually would be able to hear an audible sound, kind of like the crushing of a can, initially, and then all of a sudden, energy explodes outward from this thing. So everybody is actually, I rolled really low, so everybody is just going to take 6 points of necrotic damage. That's it.
So I take 3.
So you will take 3. Kira.
Same.
Yep. What was that, Tempest?
It sounds like it could have been a lot worse.
Oh, it could have been a lot worse. I rolled 3 of the 4 were very low. Okay. So
A couple of us have to do concentration checks.
mhm.
I rolled a nat 1, but that still equals a 10 for me, which is a success.
That's great. All right, yeah, you both succeed, thankfully. So good job. You're still concentrating. And that is going to be his turn because he thought that was going to go differently.
Did he, like, explode, or did he just...
It was just energy that sort of exploded from him, but Bonkin, you could tell it seemed like he may have sacrificed part of himself to make that happen. That's hence the crushing can sound. And then after, let's see, so right at the end of his turn, I need everybody to give me dexterity saving throws again. And the familiar, you're okay, yeah. If you're up in the air, you're okay.
Nope, I'm gonna get back down.
13. I rolled a 1.
Oh no.
A 1 and an 11.
God,
Okay.
man, what's
We were
become of us?
all so ready for the last one.
We didn't expect another one.
All right. So, Tempest, you see the familiar... From where you're at, it's almost like a shimmering across the entire ground of gold energy. And you see all of your party members float up into the air And it's weird because you stay still, but it almost does seem like the whole world just flips on its end for a second and goes back, and everybody falls, and you only take 16 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
Does he come with me again?
Yeah.
No, so it actually manages to shake your grapple with that. As he succeeded.
Concentration checks. Yeah, still a success. Yeah, 16 damage, 16 bludgeoning.
16 bludgeoning, that's correct. And it's normal, Lucy, so you can have that. Okay. All right. With that, we'll move on. Unless anyone needs any clarification before we move on. No. Okay. All right, back to the top with Kira.
Okay, so Kira is kind of, she makes a weird sound, almost like pain and horror mix, and just yells in Elven. And I am not going to yell because I have people near me.
No, that's okay.
Fuck, man, get out of here. And is going to, I don't actually know. She's gonna try and fire at this thing again and hopefully not hit Bonkin.
Okay.
But she's definitely distracted.
Nice, 21 hits. All
10
right.
points of not going to Bonkin.
Yep. Can you do more?
Still to not Bonkin? We'll find out.
Yeah. We'll see. All right, we do need to roll at disadvantage because they're prone. So we'll say the first one hit just fine, and then roll it again at disadvantage.
Thankfully, I think I missed Bonkin too.
Yeah, you miss both of them, thankfully. So the first one successfully nails this thing and does a decent amount of damage. The second one just kind of shoots past the fray because you're focused on not shooting Bonkin. Bonkin is no longer grappling it, just to be clear.
I am not using the heat metal this time because I'm using my bonus action to yell at Min to get the fuck out. Min is going to head south and try, I know with the darkness and everything, is there somewhere she can go to get off of the ground easily? Even with a double move, can she get up out? The crystal I think was way too high, but with the shockwave affecting the little platforms.
Well, you're on a platform and you just got thrown into the air.
Okay, so there's not really super safe spot. Okay, we're gonna hope. Actually, where's the door to this place? Where did we come in?
You came in down here.
The door is under the crystal.
Yep.
Okay, I'm doing some measuring. I think Min might honestly go outside the temple.
Okay.
Oh, and of course it won't let me easily measure that. So, she's got 80 feet of movement. So if she double moves, she's gonna go as far south as she can.
Okay.
And that'll be ours.
Okay.
Still continues to take the dodge action.
Got it. So you said you're gonna move her out of the temple?
Yeah, as far as I can. I just have to manually do it. I can't measure.
I got her. All right.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, moving on to Bonkin.
Sorry, I saw Min get launched. Yeah, so I guess I'll stand up because I'm not grappling him anymore. And go, I lost him. Banish him for a fisherman. But I'm gonna punch him while he's on the ground. So after I stand up, I'm gonna stand up first.
Okay, so now you may punch him with advantage because he is prone. And you are not. Yeah, 15 does not hit, unfortunately. A 20 would, but a 15 would not. So you're good.
Well, you can have 14 owies.
Alright, 14 monk barbarian owie.
No, that's all barbarian.
Oh, okay. Alright, fair enough. I'm assuming you're gonna try again.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, that hits. See if you... There you go, yep.
12 more, and then offhand attack.
Bonkin's just denting the fuck out of this thing. Yep, that hits. Okay, 10 points, got that. So this thing is dented to hell. It is still down, but it is obviously going to be trying to stand up.
Yes. Well, I used my action and bonus action, so.
And that's that? Alright. Moving down to Marcus.
Okay, so it's going to try to stand up. Let's see if there's anything I can do to prevent that. Marcus will environmental action, grab the rods out of his holsters, pop the 2 flails, and begin to swing on this bitch. And to be clear, it is still prone.
Yes.
Bad fucking day for it. Unless I roll like that.
No, that hits.
I was going to say, yeah, that was a fucking
It
5
just...
and an 8.
That barely hits, yep.
Alright, so the first burst of damage is 19 points of magical bludgeoning psychic.
Okay.
Second attack with the same hand, the main hand, is a 19.
That hits.
That is going to be for 20 points of magical bludgeoning psychic.
Alright, Marcus, how do you want to do this?
Oh, it's nothing fancy because this is the first time I've touched this fucking guy, so... as everybody's like beating down on it and the daggers are spinning around it and it's melting because of the fucking, because of the heat metal, Marcus just like hits it the first time. I imagine it like starts to like crumple in on itself, like the chest caves in, and then Marcus kind of looks at it like, really? And then just kind of like loosely swings and smacks it backwards into the cloud of daggers, where I imagine it just gets chewed up and then sprayed into the air with the heat metal as like little sparklers, like...
Love it. That's perfect. That's a great way to do that.
Cannon of sorrow and void.
It's so beautiful. All right, so with that,
It's just all metal, so we all get cut after.
it's all shrapnel. Okay, so that when that happens, Marcus, you'll feel your concentration on the darkness gets broken.
Bitch.
That gets broken, and you're able to... Hold on one second. Let me pull this other thing. Sorry, it was a GM layer thing. Okay. So, again, you can clearly see him in his gem, and what you see when the darkness clears is a split second of this.
I already had that vision,
Yep.
right? So now they see it?
So now everybody sees it. So it's only for a second. It's as soon as the darkness clears, and this is you can tell this was the silhouette, or it's very similar to the silhouette that you guys had seen prior to getting here. It does turn and look at you guys, and then there's a flash of gold energy, and it disappears.
Okay, so to be clear, when I saw that vision the first time, I had identified that as a time dragon or a void dragon.
Correct. You
dragon.
time. Yep.
Time.
Yep.
It's awfully dark for time. What the fuck?
Sure is. Somebody wrote some dark shit.
Void time dragon Nero.
I wouldn't do that.
2002.
I wouldn't do
That's what it.
You absolutely would do that. Don't
I
lie.
would not do that. Okay. All right. So, is anybody going to do anything crazy before I pull us out of turn order?
I'm just gonna call Voople back to me real quick. Over there?
I'm going to do something crazy when we're out of turn order.
Okay. So, we need turn order or no? No.
No,
Okay.
just
I
call
don't
Voople
think
back
so.
is all. Yeah.
Yeah, no. I mean, Marcus, as soon as this thing kind of like crumples and sprays, he's just gonna look at it like, okay, I'm gonna like, he'll just look at the sandstorm and then look up at the gem and make sure that there's no like shift or change in the gem.
So, when this thing disappears, the gem starts to crack, and what you see at that point is actually. Hold on one second. I'll share the picture and then I'll get the right little guy. Well, big guy, I guess.
That looks too cute.
It did come out pretty cute.
Is he amber?
So no, he is topaz.
Topaz.
Uh-huh. Hold on, my stuff is not coming up. Roll20 is like refreshing over and over. Anyway, so you see a topaz dragon now rather than the black void dragon. And he kind of just slowly comes down to the ground.
Still as large as the other one was?
Correct, yep.
Okay, okay.
Imagine
All
if you
right.
got like a baby dragon.
It does look like a little baby dragon. All right.
That's why I was asking, because I was like, that is an adorable fucking... That is an adorable dragon, but he does look big as fuck now that I think about it.
After that big guy goes down, does all the extra little bits, like little tornadoes and the portals, have they all disappeared? Okay.
Yep.
And what about the blue shafts of light?
Yes, so those disappear as well. Sorry, I'm trying to get
Oh,
this.
no, it's okay. It's okay. I was just gonna ask about the sandstorm as well, right in front of us. Because if it's there, it's cool. I just want to make sure I don't step into it like an asshole.
No, so
Marcus
actually,
gets like spun out of existence like Mario in Super Mario.
as the big angry time dragon disappears, those portals disappear, and then everything else along with it also disappears.
Oh damn, he looks cool. I like the new model.
Thanks. All right, so he lands and he looks around at you guys and looks at the contraption that you just destroyed, and he says, it's done. Were you able to see what I saw?
So some kind of big, mean, angry dragon creature kind of looming over you for a second. Was that a time dragon? Is that what I was looking at?
That was a time dragon, yes.
You projected a lot of things to me during that fight, Bessa.
Actually, that changed too. It's no longer Bessa.
Oh fuck, don't tell me you've got some sort of personality complex. I can't do this again.
No, it's Ketheron was my given name, but I couldn't know it until I became my true form.
Oh, Ketheron.
It's Ketheron.
Okay. Well, there was a full name before, but you went by Bessa, so this isn't like Kethy or Kit Kit or something like that, is it?
I would prefer neither of those.
Thank the fucking gods. And he kind of glances at the big statues of Openser. I need to say that here because he fucking hates me.
I actually kind of liked Kit Kit.
Marcus starts to sweat a little bit and glances at Tempest, glances at the dragon.
There's, other than my name, I have been gifted, I suppose, with information, though I'm not sure if it's from the creature we just witnessed or because they are my own memories.
Oh, fuck yeah, lay it on us, baby. Here, and Marcus will open the network to the now psychic dragon, and then I'm going to blast the network to myself, Bonkin, Kira, and Tempest.
Okay.
And Zoopal, because those are the only ones I can currently see.
Syl's there somewhere.
But she's behind this building, and I don't have a line of sight.
Gotcha.
And speaking of, while this is happening, I would like Syl to go outside and find Min, and Kira is going to start casting.
Okay.
And I'm going to spend the rest of this just pumping mendings through Syl into Min.
So Syl's gonna bring. Oh, I see. Okay. You
Yep,
have to be
'cause
able
it's
to see though,
120
right?
feet. It just says 120 feet. Let me double check that. I could have misread it, so one moment. The homunculus delivers a spell you cast that has a range of touch. The homunculus must move within 120 feet of you.
Okay, that's fine. Do you have to see for the spell for mending?
Oh, for mending?
Yeah.
Let me see.
Because the components have to be done through the homunculus, you know.
Unless, does she take direct control of the homunculus like a wizard does a familiar, like through their eyes?
She
That's
acts.
kind of
this
what I can do
spell-
with Zoopal,
Yeah.
The spell repairs a single break or tear in an object you touch.
Okay. You're
So-
good then. Yep, that's fine.
Yeah.
Because the
And it's a
homunculus
minute
is
at a
you.
cast.
Yep. Okay.
Hell
Perfect.
yeah.
All right. So you go ahead and do that. Can you can't see her anymore, can you?
I don't think so.
I put her in the bottom
but
corner for
my
you.
roll- Yep. Yeah, that works. Kira just sits down as this is going. She's still half paying attention and just starts muttering,
Okay.
incanting.
All right. Got it. Okay. So
Yes, Marcus opens the network, then he'll just be like, oh, okay, well, no, that's fine. We'll catch you up whenever you're done with whatever it is you're doing suddenly. No problem. Indulge in your magics.
She's going to think back since it's a network. Min is inches away from collapsing completely.
yeah, everybody hears that. 'Cause
I'm
the network is open.
Fixing it. You can continue.
Oh, well,
And
Marcus.
she sounds strained.
Yeah, Marcus will answer back through the network. Oh, shit. Well, just for the record, I did save her. Okay, anyways, Ketharon, show us what you've got.
All right. So
Let me see your memories.
so what you'll see is there's a oops, the music stopped. Hold on. There we go. So what you will see is there's an egg, obviously a dragon egg, and it looks like it was newly laid. You will see.
Sorry, I'm gonna ask a question. What color egg?
That's
Was the
that's
original
actually a
one.
good question. So that it was topaz. It was a topaz egg. And you can't really make out details on the parent dragons surrounding it, but one is amethyst colored gem dragon, and the other one actually appears to have golden scales. So the egg has been newly lain, and the parent dragons are there. Then a familiar looking time dragon appears, and you will see him slash and lash out at the female dragon, and
The female being the gold
the amethyst.
colored one? Oh, the
The
amethyst.
amethyst one, yep. So, sorry, I should have said that earlier. So, he slashes and lashes out at her, damages her deeply, and you can see that he ends up wounding her gravely. the other dragon fights to try to. He starts fighting the time dragon that you guys just saw, the evil looking one, and they fight. They have a pretty intense fight, and once she calls out to the not so evil looking time dragon, he stops fighting and goes to her, and the attacker leaves.
Oh wait, so they're both time dragons?
There's 2 time dragons. Yep.
Okay, so does the other one? I know I've said this term, and I'm not trying to offend you, but
It's
I
not
know-
void tainted.
Okay, but I'm just saying because other shit is void tainted.
Correct, but
so
this is
does
not.
not appear to have a void
Nope.
taint. Does it appear to have a Shadowfell taint, which I happen to be particularly invested?
It does not appear to have a Shadowfell taint.
Okay.
Oh, thank goodness.
But as it turns to leave, it snatches up the egg and flies away. Okay. So you guys have you've already found out, I believe it was from Bessa, that void dragons they don't come into being naturally. They have to be stolen from their parents as an egg in order to end up being tainted by void. And his very first memories are of the void. So the next thing that you will see is he's hatching out of the egg. He hatches into a very familiar looking place of pretty much nothing. And the Kraken is there, but it is clearly under the control of the Void Walker. All you can sense is hunger, but not for food. Hunger for meaning. Like, he's always known that he's supposed to be doing more. He's not supposed to be void. But the void whispers just fill the silence with knowledge and nothingness. He was not born to darkness. He was pulled into it. And his gem-like scales, after he hatched, started to dull and fade and fracture until he became what you guys met him as. You see, over time, he got trained to be a predator of time and space. Even though something inside of him resisted the entire time. He felt pulled in a different direction, but was unable to respond. So there was a voice he couldn't quite hear and a bond he could never quite sever, not on that plane. So after he shared it, like, he gets all the way to the point where he meets you guys, and the visions stop, and he says, "I believe I know where I came from now."
I think Blanca will speak up. And he'll say, "That's great to hear. I'm gonna need some time to get used to your name now. But first off, I'm sorry for your loss. If it means anything this late. Also, are you time drag?
Oh, that's fucking insulting. He's clearly made of gem, topaz.
He doesn't look offended by Bonkin's question. There's a little bit more wisdom in his eyes now than there was before, now that he's transformed. And he says, "I'm not time dragon, but I am of a time dragon."
Like half-time dragon?
I suppose, in simple terms, yes.
Oh, sorry if that did offend you, like Mr. Marcus says, but thank you for answering.
Absolutely. It didn't. It's not offensive when it's ignorance. It's offensive when it's purposeful stupidity. That being said, I believe my father may still be alive, and possibly the one you originally spoke of.
Well, if he's the shitbag I saw in the vision, and then I will send the vision of the egg with the dragon kind of like up and above it again, the shitbag time dragon, then you're gonna have to kill your fucking dad.
That one's not my father.
Right. What is wrong with that one? Because that's not a normal time dragon, because the vision you sent us was what I have envisioned as time dragon. Your mother was Amethyst, your father was Time Dragon, making you, by nature, Topaz. What the fuck is wrong with the other Time Dragon? I was really trying to not have to fight that guy.
I wish I knew that answer.
It's tainted by Void, I think.
I would assume that that story could be told to you by someone who witnessed the encounter.
Well,
Show
you were
your dad.
there as an egg. Maybe I can delve a little deeper and see if we can unlock something.
We could try that. I'd be willing. I told you that I would help you however I could. However, I do know that my father is alive in this desert.
Oh. And your father hasn't hunted down your mother's killer and his son's thief?
I would assume there's a reason for that.
I fear that.
Captured somehow or imprisoned somewhere in this desert? You think?
I believe that may be the case.
We're all network connected right now,
Yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
There's a kind of a distracted thought undercurrents of mechanical sounds and incants. Are you sure you want to go diving into a mind after we just fought? Bad things tend to happen.
I'm more sure now than I ever have been. I owe a great debt to this creature, as it owes a great debt to us, and meeting one of a psychic origin that is not something willing to consume my brainstem, i.e. my pod, makes me very, very comfortable in that notion.
And I trust you.
So I have
There's
a
an
question.
audible sigh through the network.
So I have a question. The site kind of helps clarify that. But does it just have the network? Does it just take initial thoughts? So like if someone just has like a thought, it goes through, or do you have to actively think it?
So it's intentional thoughts. It technically does attach to like what you're thinking, but it's not something that aggressively seeks out your thoughts. So you do have to impart it upon the network. If I were to be detecting your thoughts, then I would fucking eat up everything that's going through your head, which is why I don't detect thoughts bonking anymore. Ain't nothing there.
Hey, exactly. I was about to say it's pretty empty. You
Waste
got
of
me.
a spell slot.
Then okay, then never mind. I was gonna make a bonking thought, but if it's actively sent, you wouldn't.
Catherine, I don't even mean this offensively, but we didn't even come here for you. We came here for him, and I point to Tempest, and... Oh,
And
fuck
Alan.
me. Yeah, I just realized... Master Catherine, did you happen to see, or do you happen to know where our friend Aegis went to? And then Marcus will quickly, throughout the whole network, play the visions of him seeing Aegis and like being able to like call out to him and hear Aegis calling him, but him being in like this. Correct me if I'm wrong. It was like a void. It was like a background of black, and he was standing there. And every time I got closer to him, he moved the same exact distance away.
That's-
Like he was completely unobtainable.
The only missing detail is that it was like blackness behind him, but the swirling vortex looked like it was made of time magic. At this point, you guys recognize that.
And that's
Gold
what,
color.
but that's what Bonkin had experienced when he was being fucked with by
Yep.
TW, right?
Yep.
Okay. So I'll just send that image to everybody. When we first got here and when Master Aegis vanished, I kept getting these images in my head, and he kind of like glances around. I have no fucking idea where he is. I can't feel him. I cannot connect to him right now via the net. Well, you know what? Give me a moment. I'm going to attempt to connect to Aegis through the network.
So as you focus on him, you're not able to locate him this time. And the dragon looks at you and says that, I actually did see him just before the darkness disappeared. He was just kind of there, and I felt his tiny hand touch my nose, and there was a flash of rose gold, and then he was gone. It was when that angry-looking time dragon appeared.
Well, I have a sneaking suspicion I know where to get the heart of a time dragon. I think we're gonna have to kill one of these fuckers. Ketharon, I don't mean your father,
The
obviously.
big bad nasty.
Yes. As long as it's not a tainted heart once we get it. But I have a sneaking suspicion this is not going to be something that is going to be given up willingly to us, which is unfortunate, because I was really hoping it was going to be.
I would suspect that you are correct. Most of us don't like to give our hearts up.
Right.
Really hoping it was going to be a little bit more of a kind of symbolic heart of a dragon, not necessarily having to carve it out of a big nasty guy like that.
I was also hoping for that.
That's interesting. That's interesting.
Before we do that, though, again, I'm sorry, Ketharon. It's great to see you. I'm glad that this transformation has happened, and I'm glad we are where we are. But we actually didn't come here for you. We came here for him. And I'll point to Tempest again and say, dire circumstances at this point. We need to at least go in to the temple and enter the realm of the Kraken, if that's okay with you. I know this is your home now, but
That's
be all right if we did that for Master Tempest?
absolutely, and I believe that the Kraken opening the connection to his plane may be what sparked my transformation. So I appreciate that regardless.
Ooh, okay.
Fuck, Master Bonkin, you look like shit.
He
Kind of
really
glances up at
does.
Kira for the first time and he goes, "She? Oh, fuck me. Are you bleeding out?"
Bonkin's probably staring off since the I guess the Aegis vision popped up and it felt a bit too familiar.
Plus the blood loss.
Plus the blood loss. But he stares down and goes, "Oh, yeah, I guess I am pretty hurt."
Tempest will fly down and put some cure wounds into you.
I'm more concerned with Master Aegis. Mr. Aegis, damn you affecting me, Mr. Marcus.
Oh, I'm fine. Oh, wait, you're
I
worried
said
about
you're
me?
affect. No, I said I'm worried about Mr. Aegis, but I said Master Aegis, and I said, then I corrected it and went, "Oh, sorry, you're affecting me, Mr. Marcus."
Well, look, we're all very concerned about Master Aegis. The problem is we don't know where the hell he's at right now. But I do have a sneaking suspicion that wherever he is has something to do with nasty time dragon bastard. So I think that as we're kind of looking at our course of events here, we need to have a conversation with this Kraken and with Master Tempest's patron, and then we need to figure out where Master Ketharon's father is to maybe lead us in the direction of this shithole dragon, time dragon, the bad time dragon, the good one and the bad one. That's what we'll just call them from now on. Good one, his dad. Bad one, his thief.
Well, can you tell us your father's name, and do you know the name of the bad dragon? Is that something that can be told? I don't know how.
I couldn't tell you any of that necessarily. I can tell you that I'm very connected.
Master Ketharon,
Yes.
sorry to cut you off, but when you were laid, do you have any memory of voices, even if they were muffled, from outside the confines of your shell?
I
Do you remember any humming or cooing or any noise from outside the shell that led you to believe your mother and father were nearby speaking before
They have a
combat broke
song.
out?
I feel that I remember my father's voice.
Wonderful. I'm gonna, through the network, cast Detect Thoughts. I'm gonna burn a second level spell slot. You guys will see Marcus's hands flash and his eyes flash, and I'm going to cast Detect Thoughts. Okay, now I need you to let me in and let me take your mind for just a few moments, and I need you to think back as far back as you can possibly go in your memory and just let go, and I'm going to attempt to perceive through his thoughts maybe his mom saying the dad's name or any information I can glean outside of the shell. And I think, Tempest, did you say something about a song? Did they have a song?
Yeah, did they have any? Did the mother have a specific song she sang to you, or did your father have a tune?
So if I even hear a tune that's just a melody, even if it's I can't hear words, I'm just gonna let it out.
Okay.
If he lets me in.
Yeah, he'll let you in. He is fully. He told you he'd be fully compliant, and he is. So you would hear a very muffled female voice humming this song.
Can't believe you had a song ready.
She beatboxing. Too?
Minus the beatboxing. I knew you were gonna say something. Asshat.
Dad's got the turntable in the background.
DJ Chrono.
DJ Chrono.
But Marcus, as you're trying to listen, to specific things, you do actually hear the name Cronusus. CHRONUSSUS.
Did the voice sound draconically feminine or masculine? That was saying the words so that I can.
That's a
assume
great question. So the voice that you heard say his name was actually a male voice, and it was very aggressive in the way that it said it. And as he's focusing, you can tell he's having a really hard time because this was so long ago and he was just an egg. But you hear another name. Tiberax. Tiberax.
Did this come from the same voice, or was this from another?
The voice, yeah, the voice that you hear say Tiberax is, you hear it say, "No, Tiberax," and it is a female draconic voice.
So as the detect thoughts is coming through, Marcus will just project everything you're hearing from the song to the names popping out, and then Marcus, you'll hear with Chronosis, he's gonna just say mother, and then when I hear Tiberax, you'll hear Marcus say son of a bitch.
So when you say Chronosis out loud,
it's through the network.
oh, okay. When you say it though,
To everybody.
yeah, his eyes, they had been closed. They'll actually pop open, and he'll look at you and he'll say, "Father."
Oops. That's what you hear through the network because I accidentally got it wrong.
I also got it wrong.
Chronosis is your father. Tiberax. Did we hear? It was only Marcus who heard Tiberax and Chronosis.
Well, no, he played it for everybody. So just
Yeah, I'm projecting out the
Oh, you
detect
did
thoughts.
project
You
it.
guys are hearing what I'm hearing. Yep.
But just to clear up any confusion, what you guys heard
So
was
Dad is Chronosis.
right, and
then-
the voice that said his name was a very aggressive male draconic voice.
Understood.
Then the no Tiberax was a female voice that was draconic.
Okay, so then Marcus, instead of saying son of a bitch, will assume papa.
Right.
Okay, did I get that? Okay, okay.
Okay.
Sorry, I was a little confused there. The way that you had worded
Yeah,
it
yeah.
a little bit.
So you guys can surmise that Chronosis is father, Tiberax is somebody, and then you did not learn the mother's name.
You really got me there because you said earlier that she called the gold dragon back, so I was like, haha, I'm clever, I figured it out. Used to be wrong.
Okay. So, you would also be able to, like, as he's forcing himself to remember these things, you'd be able to hear the presumed fight that was explained, or I guess that you saw earlier, you'd be able to hear that going on, but from his perspective inside the egg, and then all of a sudden, there was nothing.
I'm going to dig. I'm gonna because I have the detect thoughts for a little bit.
Mhm.
Let me just double check and make sure I'm not cheating here. That is
Thank you, Sarah.
1 minute. Okay, so for the next, we'll say like 15 or so seconds that's remaining, I'm gonna dig past that point to the point where he was stolen, and I'm just gonna zip through the timeline and try to find the point at which he was injected with void. And I want to see what is happening around him when the void goes in.
So the second his egg starts to hatch and that first crack appears, it's like a black mist. The energy starts to just fill the egg.
So it was an environmental impact, not something actually imprinted on him.
Correct.
Okay, got it.
And then when he comes out,
Cool shit.
thank you. When he comes out, he has the topaz scales, but they're already darkening, and over time they dull completely to black.
Understood. Got it. Okay. I will immediately drop the spell then and kind of recede back out into the main group. I'll actually just drop the network at this point, and I'll just start speaking out loud. And holy shit. Okay. Well, Mistress Kira, thank you for realizing she's so concentrating. I'm not gonna break that, but thank you for your trust in me. That gleaned a lot more information than I was anticipating, and honestly, I am so sorry, Master Ketheron. That is a very, very dark upbringing.
Garrett does just nod to that, by the way. She's just fervently, she can't tell how much she has to pour into this, so she is just pouring everything that she can into it, regardless of her own self.
Okay. Ketheron would look at you, Marcus, and he would say, all of us have dark paths, it would seem. Dark histories, I should say.
Oh, my history's not that dark. Come on now.
Your traditions are different.
Yes, the whole consuming of brain stems thing is a little strange, of course, but we're all brothers and sisters amongst the network, aren't we?
We are. I do appreciate the empathy. I can feel a connection to my father.
That's good. Good. How far?
He thinks for a second, and you can see closes his eyes and is focusing, and then his snout will point northwest, and he'll look that direction, and he'll say, not far, actually, not as far as I might have expected, only a few miles that way.
You know what worries me about that? My own notes tell me that that's where we had drawn a very large circle looking for the time dragon that was said to rampage through these deserts. And I have a sneaking suspicion it's not your father, but the shithole that took you.
I suspect you are correct. I am still willing to help you further. This was a simple task and one that benefited me just as well.
Actually, you may be able to help us, but I'd rather not risk life and limb on your behalf, to be completely honest with you. I think we're perfectly capable of doing what needs to be done when the time comes, as we have our entire existence. We've been around for well over 900 years, by the way. He kind of turns around. That's technically true. He kind of reaches up though, and he kind of places his hand on where his chest would be, throat and chest, and he kind of runs his hands down the scales. Do you think you'd be willing to part with a few of these? I know that you resonate psychic energy and essence. And he turns around and looks back at the platform there is one amongst us who I think could utilize that energy for great things.
If it will help you in your quest, do what you must. All destruction leads to growth. More will come.
Well, look, I'm not going to be coy with you. I'm not tearing anything off of you. I'm not going to just start tearing pieces of you off, because that'd be pretty dark.
He'll sit up and he will reach over to his shoulder. You're asking, just to be clear, you're asking for a couple of scales, right?
Yeah, and to be even clearer, Marcus's idea was that, like, this is a very psychic creature by nature, and Marcus has desperately been trying to find ways to either A, concentrate on more than one thing at a time for not just him, but for possibly somebody else in the party, or B, to be able to attune to an additional magic item, because it takes a psychic link. That's what the goal here is. Even if it's just, hey, we can have a cool fucking, I don't know, a visor. Whatever.
Gotcha. Okay, yeah, so he'll reach up to his shoulder, and he's going to pull off 2 medium-sized scales. And when he hands them to you, they're like fist-sized topaz, essentially. Obviously, they are shaped in the shape of scales. But he just hands them they're just as transparent as you would expect it to be for a gem, and he says this is literally the least that I could do. I wouldn't even be in this form if not for you all, especially you.
Well, be that as it may, we did not start off on good terms. Remember, my compatriots almost killed you, and then I almost rode you into oblivion, so here we are. Good story, though.
As I said, we all have dark pasts.
Yes, and you and I have a particularly dark past together, nonetheless, as weird as that is. Right, my friends are bleeding out right now, so would you mind maybe if we all moved inside the temple, like the main structure of the temple, so we can get closer to the entrance of Master Tempest's... Master Tempest, what is it called? Is it a portal that we go through for your thing?
I'm not entirely sure, not gonna lie.
Gate, portal, pool?
Realm?
Ah, realm, yes. Realm entrance. We do need to have a conversation with the Kraken, and I believe that his patron needs to join us. Actually, fuck me. I think I'm going with to help.
There might be some brain demons, I'm afraid is going to happen. So, yeah, if we can all kind of be there, that'd be great.
Oh, shit. Should
I wasn't
we maybe
expecting
take
this.
a rest?
Yeah, probably. I wasn't expecting this much of a fight to get here. So, yeah,
Even if we can sleep for a little while, I can regain a lot of psychic energy. It's early still. We just rested.
Yeah, let's definitely get inside and kind of heal up a little bit as best we can. By the way, Bonkin, I cast that Cure Wounds, or Close Wounds on you. I don't know if you were able to do that.
Oh yeah, you got 8
I'll
points
use
of
that
pain.
shortly.
Yeah.
Candace, just I'm going to be burning the remaining spell slots that I have for psi points. I'm going to be making 3 rolls. All rolls will be made at the 1 to 10 failure bracket.
Got it. All right. He'll also look around at you guys and he'll say, I'm more than happy to make sure you remain safe as you take a long rest. Additionally, just be careful. Check before you climb down in the hole. There was a lot of energy, time energy.
Oh, that cloud we saw kind of coming out of the temple. Did you see what happened there?
That's a good question. What the hell was that?
Light embers or something?
Think it was perhaps a way of transportation? I'm not entirely sure, if I'm being honest with you. I wasn't able to do the regular detections I could do while inside of the gem.
So maybe expect more of a fight down there still.
He closes his eyes and you can tell he's like focusing. I don't sense any other negative presence at this time.
Okay. That's good. I'm at Marcus, by the way, at this point has just been kind of like buzzing with pink energy, and when he subsides, he's like, I'm fresh, I'm ready to go. Yes, obviously a little bit of I could rest and I could take a short rest and be fit as a fiddle if we can just do this thing. Otherwise, we're here for another 24 plus hours.
Let's move inside. Get some rest.
You're not.
Oh, also, we will lose Master Aegis's aid benefit if we rest for a long time, but if we take a short time to kind of cool down, we'll still maintain that, and that, I believe, is benefiting me greatly. Mistress Kira, Master Bonkin, are you still feeling good with Master Aegis's magics?
So, I will tell you now, even with aid, I am negative, I think, 27 HP down my max.
Oh, you still had that necrotic.
Negative 14.
Kira will look up when you ask that. She's still incanting. She, midway through tracing the sigils, will just kind of wipe at a bloody nose and keep going. She is still very fucked up.
Let's all get inside and have ourselves, at least we'll start with just a quick rest and see where we are. If anybody has anything to utilize that will regenerate while we just take a quick power nap, now's the time to use that.
I can sing a little song for you guys.
Oh,
Melody.
I love that.
Yeah.
Yes. A little resting song.
So, real quick, before we do that, while Marcus was busy talking with the dragon, is it okay if retroactively me and Kira do something? I just didn't want to interrupt early.
Yeah, what's up?
Yeah, I know Kira's casting. I don't care. Sorry. But yeah,
Keep your concentration to the curb.
Absolutely. Bonkin would absolutely. Well, when Kira told Min to run away and none of the cats have returned, she's vigorously casting, and even in her Marcus's mind thoughts, she didn't sound fully okay. So Bonkin, even with his eye patch, probably notices something is wrong. So he will walk over and see she's really focusing, and I guess obviously with the bloody nose and that she doesn't look great, he will, out of his own pocket, despite being 44 of 113 HP, basically shove it, put it in front of Kira's face so she has to, acknowledge it. Literally right in front of her eyes, she just sees red. And, he'll go, You look worse than I feel. You should probably help yourself a little bit before you help Min more.
A handful of seconds will pass as she finishes up that round of things. I'm fine. You look like crap. You need to drink that.
And then how I feel, not how I look.
She'll go. I'm not gonna drink your potion. I can heal myself after I make sure she's fine. She wasn't fine. She needs to be fine.
She would also probably want you to be fine, Miss Kira. So you should also maybe look at yourself first. So that Miss Min isn't worried either.
She's going to look down at herself, look up at Bonkin, while staring at him, incant, and drop a second level cure into herself, and then go right back to mending. It's my last second level spell.
So question is Kira sitting like crisscross applesauce?
Yep.
Okay, well then Bonkin will nod seeing that, put the potion down, or right there, in front of her, and walk away. No arguments. And then we can continue from when Marcus comes back.
Yep. How many minutes of mending am I getting through?
All of them. I mean, you just did
Okay.
that through the whole everything, so
Yep. Cool.
yeah. All right.
It's a minute per thing, so
Yeah.
Min was fucked up.
It's been plenty of minutes. So, assuming nobody else is doing anything up top, and Kira is going to go down inside as well, sake of brevity, yes?
Yeah,
Yeah.
she'll end up bringing the cats in. Actually, when she, I need to get Min and Syl, but what about Zachary and Ellen and?
We should definitely bring Alan in.
We should probably not have that conversation with somebody whom we don't know, where we can't account for his brother yet. Maybe we should just tell them to hang tight in the car for a little while.
Do we want to leave them?
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't hear that. What was that?
Go ahead, Kira.
We can't just leave them out there for hours and hours.
Well, what the fuck are we gonna tell them? I mean, Zachary's easy, but what do we? I mean,
I think we just
show him.
I think we just tell him the truth. Wasn't he in the car when Mr. A just
He's-
vanished in the first fight?
Yeah, he would have
Yeah.
seen that.
The problem is, the truth has evolved since then, as I have had many visions that I have now shown you. So if you want me to tell him the truth, he's going to have to see what I've seen. Is everyone okay with that? Because usually you all get mad at me when I impart visions upon people.
You should probably ask him first. But yeah, I'm okay with it.
Wait,
Don't just like
why
blast
don't-
him with like terrible images.
Couldn't we just tell them that we're still working on this? We're going to be here for a while, and we will reach out to them when we're ready to be picked up and have them go back home where it's safe.
No. If we need to get the fuck out of here like yesterday, I'd really rather have Master Zachary here. He is always strapped. Right? Am I crazy about that? Should we? Is that an okay thing? He's got a huge monster trunk out front.
I agree. We should definitely have an escape option from here. I'd rather not have to hoof it all the way back.
And then they should come in. They shouldn't be out in the desert for many hours.
Okay, agreed. I'll flip down my visor and send a message to Zachary that just says, you and Alan need to, excuse me, you and Master Alan need to come inside the confines of the temple now. We'll explain everything once you're here. Many truths to be told! Exclamation point, smiley face.
Probably don't warn them about the dragon.
Oh, good call. I send another, it's just an emote. Actually, it's a GIF, and it's the GIF of the dragon from Game of Thrones sweeping in across the Lannister lines and just decimating the fucking army, and it says, "Buyers beware."
What?
You'll get this was to Zachary, right?
Zachary, yeah.
You'll get one back that says, "You didn't like GOT?" question mark.
He'll send a message back. I don't even know what that is. There's a big fucking dragon in here. Just be aware.
It'll be like, oh, H H H H H H H H. Is it nice?
Is this a group chat or is it just a
No,
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 it's just-
no. Zachary and Marcus have a very particular private chat. He
A
will
very
say
particular private chat.
it is very particular. Listen, this is where I learn about the eggplants and the fucking and the cakes. Okay, that's not true. That was in mine and Tempest's chat. I did not like it. He'll say, "Oh no, he's very friendly. He was the void-tainted one that we killed in the realm of the Kraken." Oh, fuck, I probably shouldn't say all this over text. Just come in, everything's fine. Just make sure the halfling's aware.
I just imagine like you actually wrote all of that out just like that.
Yeah.
Oh no, to a T. He types exactly as he thinks.
So does
which is
Bonkin.
kind of ridiculous.
Yeah,
So
so
fucking-
yeah, Bunkin does too. That's what Lucy's like. He translates his text to me usually.
And the pauses in thought are literally followed by, oh wait, no, ... and then new thought. Doesn't erase them.
Yeah, you'll get a thumbs up emoji, and then a little bit later, the two of them will walk in.
And Marcus will just give you guys a thumbs up. They're on the way.
And as they enter,
Marcus.
and there is a giant ass dragon there. Alan will take a step back. Like, you could tell he was warned, but it's still a giant bucking dragon. So he's taken aback a little bit, but sort of shakes it off and maybe takes a respectfully wide set of steps around the dragon to get to you guys. All right.
Showtime. Master Alan, I've new information about your brother. Would you care to see? It may be ambiguous at best, disturbing at worst.
You see
Does mean
him.
show, by the way.
What was that?
He does mean like let you see, by the way.
Oh yeah, no. I've been in his mind before. I literally,
Yes.
I called him out of the void, so he knows what I'm.
Oh right, sorry, I didn't know that.
Oh, that's right. You left us at that point.
You see him take a big breath, and his hands go to fists, and you could tell he's like preparing himself for the worst. And he says, "All right, yes."
Boom! Before he finishes sentence, I'm fucking connected, and images are just going.
What exactly are you sending him?
I'll send him everything I saw about Aegis from the time. I'm going to go all the way back just to set the stage with us fighting the two mages that were holding the portal open. He does the thing, the portal closes, the things vanish, he vanishes. Next image is me seeing him in the void with the twisting shit. Then a little bit further on where I was getting closer to him and hearing him calling out, void still twisting, the tornado stuff, the time stuff, sorry, not void, with TW. And then the last vision will be me being kind of pulled back to reality, but Aegis reaching out and touching the dragon on the nose to boop him, the rose gold, poof, and then him vanishing. Now that I say all that, it's really not as horrifying as I had made it out to be in my own head.
It's not. So as you like break the connection, I guess, he's standing there. His hands are still in fists, and his vision was like he was looking at the ground the whole time that you were sharing that with him. So he's still looking at the ground, and he takes another big breath, and he says, "Yeah, that seems right. All right.
Oh,
Well, we came out here to do this, and I won't have whatever happened to him happen in vain, so let's do this."
that was not the reaction I was anticipating. But I'm glad I asked you first. You guys, thank you for helping me with that. He kind of points back to Kira, Bonkin, and Tempest.
I'll give you like a proud thumbs up.
As you can
We're gonna
see,
figure this out. We're gonna. I think he may be trapped somehow by that fucker time dragon out there. So we're gonna figure that out. Don't worry.
oh, we're gonna figure it out, and we're going to carve the heart out of a fucking time dragon if it's necessary. Which I think is what we're gonna have to do.
Alan sort of looks over his shoulder at the giant dragon and then back towards Marcus.
He's Topaz.
Right, but he's okay with that idea. I don't know how dragons work.
Oh, yeah, I mean, come on, that's kind of... Fuck, Master.
I wouldn't like it if
That's
somebody wanted to
kind
cut
of-
your heart out. You are...
Yeah, that's kind of racist, though. You just assumed that, like, what, all dragons are friends with all dragons, even though some are innately evil?
I haven't encountered many.
Really?
To be fair, neither have I.
Really? He looks at Kira and Bonkin. Have you had any encounters with dragons?
No, never till we got here. I didn't think they were real.
I don't think
Marcus
that's a
looks
common thing for
desperately
most
at
people.
Kira.
Kira is absolutely like arms wrapped around Min at the moment, but the things in the Shadowfell, not sure they really count.
Marcus sighs.
Zachary holds his phone up and turns it toward you, Marcus, and it's definitely one of the Game of Thrones dragons, but he's like, Look, I got dragons on my phone.
Fuck. Am I seriously the only one who's ever actually dealt with dragons before? These entities. Well, never mind. We need to go take.
This is all first for me. I mean, like everything that's been happening to me in the past couple months has been like brand new. So, yeah, this is all crazy weird shit.
You're one of the lucky ones. Dragons they can be terrible menaces upon entire populations of people, from the size of hamlets all the way through metropolises. Metropoli?
Oh, yeah, I've heard the stories. Yeah.
It happens more often than you think. It's horrifying. But let's go inside. Master Allen, I promise you we will do everything we can to bring your brother back to this realm of reality from wherever the fuck he is. And just so you and Master Zachary are aware, this is Ketheron, the Topaz. Ketheron, do you prefer the suffix, the Topaz, or do you just like to go by Ketheron, Master Ketheron? I know we said Kiki is out, so I'll leave that alone.
Kiki is definitely out. The Topaz is fine. I'd rather like it, actually.
Oh, that's right. You're kind of new to being a dragon, aren't you?
This kind, yes.
Yeah, where I come from, dragons typically refer to themselves as name, the, color, metallic, gem, or chromatic. It's just the ones I've encountered.
I was, before, Bessenian the Eternal.
Oh, I fucking hate that.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I much like the Topaz.
Me too. Let's go inside and have ourselves a little nap.
All right, map change.
Oh, this is cool. Did you update this map?
I did.
I was gonna say, holy shit, that thing in the middle is cool as hell. Is that a maelstrom?
So it looks like a portal. That's the best way to to explain it. It's very similar to what you guys saw when the Kraken was ejecting you the first time. It's pretty similar to that. So what is happening to Cat? Are you okay?
Is that a sheepdog?
Yeah, it's a
It is
sheepdog.
a sheepdog. I knew it.
Assault.
Raise your
braid
hand.
that dog's hair, by the way. I kid you not. You can do full braids in that dog's hair that's so smooth. It's a weird fact I know about dogs.
I don't think I can
Sorry
fish in
about
this
that.
water anymore.
Yo, by the way, Kat, when you get home, lady's gonna
She's gonna be so mad.
Yes, she ain't gonna. There's no masking that
know.
sense.
How dare you?
You are already
I
in trouble.
know.
She already knows.
Every single time I call home, she looks towards the door, and she's been laying under my desk, and I'm gonna come home not only after having been gone for forever, but smelling like another dog.
How dare you?
I'm the worst.
She's gonna be like, Sunday came and went, bitch. Where were you?
Very conflicted. I'm happy you're home, but you bitch, you smell terrible. You smell like another dog.
Yeah,
Are you
yeah, I'm
cheating
gonna go
on me?
home. All of my stuff is going in the washer.
Yep.
Yeah, and then belly
You should-
rubs and everything will be
You may
better
want to
again.
just
She'll be fine,
stop
yeah.
at a truck stop on the way home and take a shower before you get there. All right.
Yeah.
So you guys get down in here. There is he wasn't lying. There's like a portal that is opened up here, right in the middle, and it's just there. It's not like it's gonna suck you in or anything like that. But as you guys climb down, I mean everything looks pretty similar. He definitely made himself at home, but it looks just like it did when you guys left, outside of the portal.
Right. So, do we want to, excuse me. Do we all want to bed down for a couple of hours? Just recuperate what we can. Master Kira, Mistress Kira, Master Bonkin, do you want to settle down? Do you want to just take some time to focus on your wounds? Maybe I can help with some of that, and Master Tempest can as well.
Yeah.
Once we bounce back, we can delve into this portal, have a conversation with the Kraken, and oh god, I'm so sorry, Master Tempest. What is your patron's name?
Eleanor.
Aeronor. So I swear, Aeronor still wants to find somebody. We still need to knock out Tempest's.
These are notes.
Yes, we still need to knock out Tempest's mission. I take
Push it
notes
out.
on everyone. So maybe we should just take a quick little rest, focus on ourselves, do our thing. Oh, actually, that reminds me. Master Bonkin, can I have a very quick word with you?
Oh, sure. Do you want it here or
Oh yeah,
that door or that door?
No, right here is just fine. We probably shouldn't open up any doors in the temple of a god who loathes me. So Marcus will kind of walk over to Bonkin, and he's just gonna reach into a pouch that he's got on his. Actually, he's gonna just pull the backpack around. And I'm going to show you. So he pulls this chain out, and on the end of it there are two like bronze hands that are holding a small triple vial phylactery in them, that are kind of like slightly glowing red, and he puts it into the palm of your hand, and he says, "That's the one. Yep." He says, and then he kind of takes a deep breath and goes. He reaches up and touches Bonkin on the temple, and I'm just going to connect to you through the network specifically. So, telepathy. I'm pretty sure you and I don't share a common language spoken that nobody else knows, so we're just going to keep it here for now. You vanished, and a lot of your shit went away. And now, I fear you are vulnerable. Master Aegis gave me this before he left for Mistress Kira. But until my dying breath, she will be protected, so she does not need this, and I fear you do. Please, while we rest, focus on this and wear it around your neck, for me and for Master Aegis, if nobody else.
I'll take it in my hand and kind of, I guess, gently rub like a thumb over it and go, Frank, Mr. Marcus, I'll do that if you want me to. Do you know what it does?
I do, actually. If at any point in time you are rendered unconscious and are bleeding out on the ground, the magic of this amulet will automatically stabilize you as if a healer had patched you up. More than that, any time that Master Tempest, or anybody for that matter, performs a close wounds incantation on you, or we take just a short rest and get ourselves kind of back to fit fighting shape, you will benefit greatly compared to your companions.
Thank you. I think that'll help a lot, especially since Master Aegis is stuck.
That was my thought too. I think this will help alleviate some of the pressure from our companions to take care of. He kind of like nudges him in the chest. Us upfront people.
Thank you. I will make as much use of this as I can until Mr. Aegis comes back, in case he wants you back.
Of course. Well, he doesn't want it back. He actually gave it to me to give away because he just had too much stuff. So this is for you now, though. By the way, it is referred to as the periaptive wound closure.
I am not going to remember what it's called, but it's a nice necklace, thank you.
It's beautiful, and honestly, it looks great on you. Marcus will actually kind of like grab the chain and try to like put it up and over his neck and just kind of like situate it in his chest. And I have deleted that from my inventory, so.
I have added it to mine.
So, nap time then.
I think before you leave, Bonkin will think, you speak Dwarven, Mr. Marcus.
You hear Marcus chuckle. I attempted to learn Dwarven twice, but before I picked up my magic flask, I got so hammered that I forgot every word they taught me during the drinking games. So no.
That makes sense. If you want to learn, I actually do speak it.
Honestly, I think I may like that. I may actually like that. That could prove useful at some point in time. Thank you.
And then he'll go probably sit down somewhere where he can watch, I guess, everyone. Well, as much as he can, he still has one eye, so he'll never fully watch everyone.
Fuck, I forgot you've only got one eye. Marcus, at that point, he'll kind of sit back and he's resting. He's not sleeping, but he's just kind of watching it because I'm at full health, so I got nothing to lose here.
Tempest will kind of find himself a nice little spot to kind of sit up and perch, and he'll break out one of his flutes, not the electro-tuned flute. It's not really the right kind of flute for this situation. Yeah, break out his serpent flute and play a little melody, and essentially I'm just doing a song of rest.
Okay.
So if anybody's unfamiliar with it, anybody who needs to roll any hit die get an additional 1d6 for their heals.
And Bonkin, are you attuning?
Yes, I will be attuned.
Okay, so then you'll get obviously double the number of hit points because you're attuning, and you'll get that.
I want to point out, my attunement slots are now full, but there's a hole in like the bottom one because the beads that you said I need to attune to are still not a magic item.
Right.
So that's why it's empty.
Noted.
So I'm just saying in case you wonder why I have.
Oh, you're
extra
saying you
slot.
have two? Okay, I gotcha. I'm gonna write it down in my notes. I'll write it down so that way I get it handled for next time. And Xavier will help me with that, he says. Thank you,
I'm
Xavier.
going to try and do a weird during our rest. Just an FYI. I'm gonna have Min try and attune to a magic item that I don't actually think will benefit her. Mostly to see if she can.
Okay. What item?
The Ring of Regeneration, the one that could make Bonkin regrow his eye.
Okay, got it. All right.
No, I like my eye.
All right. Okay.
But I want to see. Akira is during this rest, like right up next to Min, and just absolutely they're all two cats and an Artie are in like 1.5 squares. And I'm going to roll a crap ton of hit die for myself.
Okay.
Because, ow. I'm assuming that's 1d6 total extra, right? Not like per hit die, because that would be insane.
That'd be too overpowered. Yeah, no, just one extra hit die. Or one extra d6.
Give me 1 sec, guys.
That's also double, we said, isn't it, for Bonkin? Or was that already double?
That's a good question.
In addition, whenever you roll a hit die to regain hit points. So yes, the 43 that I just rolled is double.
Holy crap, that's pretty damn good there, Bonkin.
I did roll 4 hit dice, so.
Okay, so Kira,
I'm actually going to do... Can I do more after that, or do I need to choose it all at once?
no, you can use it until you run out. As far as I'm concerned.
Cool.
Obviously, the
Okay, well, I'm
regeneration
full.
part is a long rest, but...
Thank you, Marcus. That prep is already being put to good use.
I've been holding on to that thing for a few sessions. Like, I don't know if she can attune to any more items. Who can use this? Oh my god, Bonkin's back!
That should give me
I am
86
already...
HP.
Yeah, holy crap. Yeah, I have a plan for losing one of my attuned items and gaining another one already, so very good not for me.
All right. Oh, go ahead, Marcus.
So the only thing that I have is that during the short rest, noticing that Kira is absolutely not approaching Marcus at all, he's going to eventually, after a couple of hours and kind of watching her just like dote on the automatons, he's going to get up and kind of make his way across the room and just kind of like saddle up next to her and sit down. Totally nonchalant. He's full health. He's been full health this whole time. He's actually looking pretty pumped. He's got a lot of energy. He sits down though, and he pulls out two fist-size, scale-shaped chunks of topaz, and he kind of like reaches out and just sets him down, one with each of his fists because they're as big as his hands, and he goes, "So this will be in Elven. So these are for you, from our friend Ketheron. This is the," and he does big air quotes, "the least he can do for us. I know you and I have had conversations in the past about maybe being able to find some way to open up the psychic energies of our minds and maybe our souls. And this is quite literally manifestation of psychic essence, as that dragon is attuned to psychic energy, so just thought you might like a couple of topaz dragon scales."
She turns and just stares for a moment. Not at the scales, but at Marcus. And it's you. I, yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. It is the most broken Elven.
If you need more, I can probably get them. I mean, this was only two that came from the shoulder. There was tons under the armpits that I could probably convince him to hand over. Do you want to make a whole suit out of this? Maybe we could just like do like chainmail. I'm just trying. Look, I know it's maybe a little bit much. I'm sorry.
Kira's going to surge forward and attempt to grapple. She's going to just lunge forward and throw her arms around him in a hug.
Marcus will just kind of say out loud in common, very exclamatory, "Oh fuck!" And then his arms instinctually come
Subtle,
up and around.
says Cat.
Yeah. He will kind of like wrap his arms, kind of, I guess, did not expect to have to think about that reaction. Yeah, he'll like just wrap his arms around her and kind of pull her in, and then glance over his shoulder at the girls, making sure that I'm not getting like inflamed by evil visions from these two.
I feel like you would definitely see Min's eyes flash blue, in that familiar way that tells you that her sister is present. And you'd get like a little nod, and then she'd go back to batting around this little ring that she's been focused on. She's just playing with it like a cat toy.
Tempest
And
Tunes gets a little bit more romantic. Oh, this is a saxophone moment here.
Is this the song of "You're not getting any rest now"?
and I feel like Syl would just start happily like flitting around in the air.
If you look over, and if either of you look over to Blanca, I sent a gif of what he's doing in Discord.
Oh, God,
It's basically like 2 thumbs up.
Oh god.
Kira,
His arms spin like that,
thankfully,
too.
is not facing towards Blanc and does not have to react to that, and she's going to say, "No, 2 is... it's perfect. Thank you."
This will be in Elven again. I'm quite relieved because honestly, I was a little bit nervous about trying to convince this dragon that we needed more, but I just thought that you'd worked with so much less and done so much more over the past couple of months that 2 would be awesome, and apparently that's the case. So, Min, and then I'm going to burn a psi point, Candace, and I'm going to grab the fucking ring that Min has been batting around as I'm like hugging Kira, and I'm going to telekinetic movement, pick the ring up, and I'm going to slip it on her. God, how many fucking toes do cats have? Is it 5?
It's 4. Like yeah, it's 5, but it's 4 in the yeah.
Or that's dogs. Dogs.
Oh,
have
that is
12.
dogs.
What do they have?
Kira, you have cats.
How many beans do a cat have?
I think it's 4.
Quick, somebody give me a cat.
Okay, hold on, I'll go get one.
It's 5, right? I think it's
I'll
5.
go
I
chase
do
down
think
my
it's
cat.
5.
I'll bring him over here.
I do think it's 5. However, notably, Min already does have one ring on, a band of pure platinum,
So
on
cat-
one of the toes.
the typical cat has 18 toes, 5 on each front paw and 4 on the back.
Why are they so weird?
Okay.
They are known as polydactyl, which may have extra toes. Some cats are polydactyl, which have extra toes, but most only have 5 on front, 4 in back.
Tempest went to get a real cat so we could count them.
You know what? No, I think we need to.
I did count the beans. There are 5 front beans. He would not let me pick him up or bring him in here. He said absolutely not. Fuck you and fuck that.
This was a very important research you have done. Thank you.
Listen, in the name of science, my friend.
I didn't need to know it, but I'm glad I do.
Okay.
Yeah,
So you put the
there.
stupidly magical ring on Min.
That is a cute cat. Wow,
Very
that's a
cute
really good looking
cat.
cat. That's not even a cute cat.
Look
That
at
is a
the
handsome
beans.
cat.
This is a handsome cat
He doesn't want to show his beans.
and a beautiful wife.
It's like,
It's like, no, I don't like that you're counting them. I am concerned by this.
They're my beans.
I made stem. All right.
okay. So knowing that so Min does have one band on one of the front feet. So the opposite foot then, the
Okay.
opposite paw, I'm not even going to attempt it. I'm just going to fucking slip the ring on.
Okay.
And see if it helps her attune.
Yeah.
I've already burned the side point, so
Yeah,
good
so
luck.
when that happens, when you slip the ring onto the other paw, bean, whatever, the eyes flash blue and the ring flashes blue, and Kira, she does successfully attune.
Okay. Secondary question that Kira won't know until much later, but is this gonna work?
Yeah, we'll find out.
Okay. Okay.
She gets smacked around in combat, and the nuts and bolts just crawl their way back up to the fucking or to the divot spot.
No,
And just
it's gonna be worse when the pink mist starts surrounding Min. We all just look over.
How?
Listen. We all know she can talk. She told me she wanted to be bit. I did the thing. Okay.
Strong
Oh, she's
chompas.
metal.
Like chewing on aluminum. Just that
Hey, look, it's
pain
not
in
the
your
first time
rollers.
I've bit something weird. Okay.
True story.
So Kira will eventually, she completely oblivious to everything going on around her, just sits back and very, very, very carefully picks up the scales, will wrap them, and will not put them into the bag of holding. She's going to put them on her person, where she knows there's no extraplanar weirdness that happens yet. And she'll say, sorry, I know I've been focused. Min got really, really hurt, and
I am. That's not a problem. Marcus at this point kind of like lets go of the hug, kind of like sets her back as she's doing the wrapping. I saw that happen, and to be honest, I kind of let Master Bonkin like get the shit kicked out of him for a little while so I could smash those spiders. And then did you see the one that I picked up and threw into the cloud of daggers? That was cool as shit.
I absolutely did. That was, yeah, memorable. And thank you. I was focused on trying to keep the metal melting, and I couldn't bring Min into that, and I couldn't help her.
No, it's all right. You did a good fucking job, and honestly, Min handled herself very well. She was very professional on that field, and she should be commended for that. Yeah, no, this was a weird. This is a weird day. This was a very weird fight too, but good on you for training her as well as you have. Programming, training, what do we call it?
It's a little of both and a whole lot of her doing whatever she wants.
That's true. She does whatever she. Holy shit, the ring. Min.
What?
Well, I just fucked around with the ring because she was batting at it like a dead mouse. And Min, do you feel attraction from that ring to your being now?
You would see her eyes would flash blue, and she would just hold up that paw that has the ring on it.
Is that the... Oh, oh, okay, oh, I didn't think that shouldn't be...
Sorry about that.
No, so Marcus, that's the ring of regeneration.
Oh, holy shit!
Mm-hmm.
He glances at the other foot. Oh, it worked. Wait, Min.
I don't know.
Yeah, Marcus, excuse me, not Min. Marcus reaches across. He's gonna grab Min's paw and kind of reach it over, and I'm gonna pop one of my claws, and I'm going to dig into like where her shin would be, and I'm gonna draw like a 1-inch gash in. I'm gonna attempt it anyways to draw like a 1-inch gash in her shin, and I'm gonna hold her leg taut to watch and see if it regenerates.
Okay, so you did not warn Kira you were about to do that.
No, I'm
so
sorry.
Kira
I'm still running on 10 charisma. I'm doing stupid shit. Socially unacceptable.
Kira makes the weirdest squeak sound. Like, it's partial it's alarm, it's shock, it's a little bit of what the fuck is going on, all rolled up in a little hamster sound that probably echoes across the cavern. I'm sure the other people are going to hear that.
You definitely hear it. That was adorable from over here, from all across. I am -4 charisma. I don't care. I'm -3.
Much more panic. What are you doing? And then also I'm going to look because now this is science. And I didn't, yeah.
So, Min looks a little surprised / startled as well, and then looks at Marcus and looks slightly, oh, what's the word I'm looking for? Betrayed. She has a look of betrayal on her face. But as that happens, the ring flashes blue, and her the gash in her leg, I guess, arm. I was gonna say arm. The gash heals up, and then she looks at Marcus again, and then at Kira, and then at Marcus, and then she like pulls the paw out of, or the arm out of your hand, and then smacks you a little bit, like the angry little cat.
Yeah, he takes like the bat to the face, and he just goes, okay. But, and this is all in Elven. All right. But it fucking worked. I knew it would. I knew it, and then he boops around the nose. Would.
Kira or Min?
Min, not Kira. He would not. That would be fucking. Look, and you know what? Honestly, Kira would have been the more 10 charisma level, maybe like 8 or 7 charisma level, but yeah, no, definitely Min.
Kira's just, that's not Min.
And Kira, you know that when you heal or fix Min, it's the silvery artificer energy. This was the blue, the bright blue energy that you forced into Min's being that ended up being your sister's, essence.
Yeah, and Marcus stands at this point, but there is a hand on Kira's shoulder, and he will kind of like lean over and just whisper in Elven, I told you she had a soul.
Yeah. Where are you going?
Oh, you know what? Actually, technically nowhere. And he sits back down. It's like Winnie the Pooh, just boop, and leans back against the wall. Fuck, I guess we still got a few hours before we need to, how's everyone? Master Tempest, your saxophoning is gorgeous. Thank you.
Oh, don't mind me over here. Just, do your thing over there. I got you, baby.
That was so perfectly timed.
It was beautiful.
So I'm just gonna nod off for a couple. I'm feeling great, by the way. I'm feeling very empowered right now, so we should definitely do this as soon as we're all fit as fiddles.
Is there anything that anyone else is going to do during this?
So Kira's going to start by just sitting next to Marcus for now, while she's still awake, before she naps. But she's going to say, I well, I feel okay, but I don't have a whole lot of anything to bring into that fight. Just them and my crossbow.
Okay, well, look, if this is actually going to be a fight, which I'm not anticipating it is, but if Master Tempest is right by what he's feeling, if we unlock this thing, everyone needs to stay behind me. Let me get the shit kicked out of myself. I'm okay. I promise you, I'm okay. I have a lot of energy right now. I have a lot of things at my disposal. I can still conjure a hellish rebuke. I feel like I can invigorate myself. I can move quickly if I need to. I can jump very far. Plus, all of my psychic energy is in tip-top shape. Plus, I've still got potions. And he flips the little potion bag open. Before Master Aegis left, he topped me off. And I've only drank one of these things, so I'm still okay. Master Bonkin, how are you feeling?
Actually, I'm feeling amazing right now because of the thing you gave me. All of his wounds are basically closed. He's full health. Well, as full health as besides like the necrotic shrinking he has with negative 14 HP.
Yeah, and he kind of points at the necklace around his neck and he says, "See, I told you that thing was powerful."
I also feel like I can use some of me techniques again, aka my monk points are short rest too.
Master Bonkin, if it came down to it and we got ourselves into a precarious situation, do you think you'd benefit from a growth spell to make you larger?
I still have Dish, and he pulls out the potion of growth you gave him earlier.
Yeah, Marcus.
This day, I believe.
And Marcus taps on the ones that he has, and he says, "Well, fuck. Okay, I had a couple of those extra sitting here, so we're both good." I think if it really comes down to it, I also have a potion of haste. I can drink. My shield is refreshed. I have multiple potions of healing. I don't have anything besides that, but I promise you all that if it comes down to it, I can fuck whatever we need to up. Hopefully it's not multiple things. If it's multiple things, it's a little bit of a different story. If it's one thing, I think that we can keep it locked down. If it's anything at all, we don't know what to expect at this point. We should go in hoping for a conversation and expecting the worst.
Yeah, I mean, I'm hoping for no fight, but every time we've tried to unlock somebody's memories like this, it's always resulted in a nasty monster.
You are not wrong, and Marcus will point to Alan. You are the byproduct of a very nasty memory. And then he kind of leans forward and touches Kira's shoulder. As are you, technically. And he points across her shoulder at Min. So, we're kind of like not doing great in that ratio, but...
Min flicks her tail and knocks over a potion vial that was sitting on the floor.
Marcus like grabs for it. Fuck! You sassy cat.
I'll take that. Thank you.
Oh, thank goodness.
I need to know,
I
was
am-
that the health potion I gave you earlier?
Yes.
You mean the one that's in my bag that I haven't drank?
Oh, you said you would.
So-
Why?
Yeah. Then I used hit dice. And yes, it probably it almost certainly was.
Right. I say we just do this thing. If we need to bail, we know where the exit to the portal is. I don't think it will come to that, but at this point, because we are so early in the day, and I want these answers for Master Tempest and his patron, I've already looked into her mind once. I really want to know what she sees when she's unencumbered by whatever is blocking her. And I think that the Kraken is the only one that can help us. What I will say when we go in here, though, Master Tempest, this is your domain. This is not my specialty. I am just here to guide the thoughts. So look at me as a fly on the wall who is just allowing things to happen, but I seriously encourage you to be the one to make the dive, as it were. Is that a bad analogy?
Wait,
No, well,
wait,
that works.
make the
That works
dive.
very well. That's a good one, actually. I like that. But yes, and if it comes to this getting nasty, just run. Like, don't even worry about me. Just go. Just get out if you can.
No, my friend. I'll be the last one out. Trust me. I will fucking force you out if I need to.
Well, this is me risking all of your lives for my patron. This feels this is my thing, and I don't want you all to get killed over this.
We are not going to get killed, and even if we did, I survive. My history's already been written as well as my future. I live, so I'm not afraid of death. I am afraid of all of your deaths, though, because I cannot see your futures yet.
And I do appreciate you guys helping with this and with Aranor. I know she greatly appreciates your help as well.
Aranor is extremely important to everything that we stand by. And she has proven a strangely loyal patron. It is you are not what the tales tell of typical warlocks, Master Tempest. I don't know.
Alan steps up and sort of waves his hand and goes,
Ah! Fuck. Sorry. You stop. Sorry. You just came out of nowhere. You just started speaking.
He walks up and when you say typical warlock, he starts waving his hand and like gestures to himself. And he says, I think Marcus is referring to me. They usually want something. They usually want some kind of sacrifice, usually.
Actually, if I can clarify my intention there, Master Allen, I still don't know who your patron is technically, although we've determined maybe it was the Kraken?
Who was the Kraken?
It was the Kraken.
At
Was I
one
correct by
point.
that?
At one point, yes.
But then it deviated to more infernal source. Is that correct?
I was sort of inherited. When the Kraken was taken over by the Void Walker, so was I.
Yes, but nonetheless, it was an infernal presence.
Correct.
However, the Kraken was not malevolent, was not nasty
Malevolent.
to begin with. Yes, thank you, Master Tempest, my
That's-
man of genius.
That's correct. He was being controlled.
But neither is Aeronol. The warlocks I have experience with, and he kind of grabs his horns and runs his hands up along them. Where I come from, warlocks are controlled regularly by demons and or devils who are trying to manipulate them into actual evil deeds. You two are not those people. You are not those entities. As far as I'm aware, and neither are your patrons. So that's something we have going for us.
Yeah. What I will say is, when I was inherited, I did have to do some things that I never would have done on my own. And that is another part of why I feel that I need to right this wrong. Even if I didn't get any power from this, if I could just pay back what I've done.
Yep, yes. You're fine, Master Allen. Trust me, the number of people I've executed in the name of my oath. I'm not allowed to do that anymore, but trust me, my past is rather checkered as well. We all have things to atone for, and that's something we look to in the future. Are what you saying right now, is you telling us that you are intending on coming with us into this little endeavor, or are you just giving us information and advice about patrons and warlocks?
I would like to join you. Yes, I know that was Angus's goal, and while I truly appreciate that you don't believe he's lost, if he is, I want to make sure that I succeed in what we came here to do. For me, not.
Even if he is lost, we've all made a promise that everybody comes back, and I will see myself to dust before I leave him behind in whatever realm he's in right now. So that's a thing.
He nods, and his expression sort of steals, and he just does another nod and kind of shuts up and steps to the side.
All right, so how's everyone feeling then? Are we all good?
I think,
Good as I
Miss
can.
Kira, are you gonna be okay with all the water? I remember from our fishing trip you weren't too happy.
What do you mean, all the water?
Well, if I remember right, the Kraken place was full of water. That's where I got the really angry tiny fish.
Yeah, Marcus points at the portal crackling with electricity in the middle of the maelstrom. Does it
We're gonna
look
have to-
like water?
Oh yeah, it's water.
Oh,
It's a,
fuck, Marcus.
Yeah, we're gonna have to go through some water to get there.
Okay.
No?
Marcus says in Elven to Kira, he kind of whispers, "Can you put them in the bag of holding for a little bit?"
I can't put all of everything in the bag of holding.
No, I just meant the girls.
Yeah, I have so many things on my person right now that will get absolutely destroyed if they end up in water.
Okay, put them in my
Did you
backpack.
just
I'll protect them.
leave some behind? Here?
Fuck, you speak Elven. I forgot.
Free time.
Also, I don't swim.
Okay, climb on my back.
I'm also a pretty good swimmer. I can help you.
Climb on Master Tempest's back. I'll
I
carry the girls. No
would
problem.
Also,
I also
just-
swim very well. Oh wait,
Holy
sorry,
shit.
ignore me.
Oh, I was like, what the fuck, this guy too?
I forgot it's an Elven, my bad.
Kira's just looking towards the water, the electricity water with now very wide eyes. I could, and we probably should have someone keeping an eye on the outside of the portal, just in case.
Yeah, the dragon, and he points across the portal.
You just get like a slow nod.
Etheron is going to be watching
important-
over this.
More importantly, Zachary over there has got.
Yeah, and I point to Zach. Oh, is Zachary holding a gun?
He's holding a gun.
Oh my god! You created a new model.
No,
Wait,
I
no,
didn't.
No. Oh no. The tile. Okay, I can move him. The
Oh, no.
tile he's on. If you guys zoom in at like
does look like he has a gun.
234%, he is holding.
Oh,
a
that's
fucking
Alan.
gun.
That's
Oh, is it
Alan. That's Alan. Yeah, but it does look
Oh,
like he's
damn
holding
it.
a gun.
It does. Oh, Alan looks way cooler than Zachary.
Yeah,
Zachary
Zachary's
looks like
down
a
here.
pud.
Well, now I have to
Okay,
make
well-
a new one for Zachary.
Yeah, because Zachary's way cooler than that.
I changed Zachary's at
Zachary's
one point.
way
I got
cooler than
questions. So
He's got to keep that bowler hat. It's all.
Yeah, as long as you got a bowler hat and a mustache, I don't give a fuck. Okay,
I don't even think real Zachary has a mustache, like the image we got.
he does not. No. Nope. That was the one that I used, and when I changed it, it was like, oh my god, you changed it.
Yeah, sorry, I did call you out for that. I am not
yeah,
apologizing.
you did.
Okay, question. How
Yes.
much does Min weigh? Because she's a medium-sized creature.
I feel like we talked about this before. I have to think. She's medium.
She is medium.
Basically, Panthers.
I would say. Sorry, I'm trying to figure that out.
Nope, you're good. If we're less than like 250, it's not going to matter for what I'm thinking.
Yeah, so about 300 pounds is where she'd be at.
Okay. So Kira's going to look at the pool, and then she is going to crouch next to Min and Syl. She is going to look Min in the eye, and she's going to rapid fire Elvin at her. Her tone completely serious. I'm going to need you to stay by Zachary. I'm going to need you to keep them safe. You're not going to come in here with me. We'll be back soon. I don't know if time's going to get weird, though. But no matter what, you stay by Zachary. You don't leave unless he decides to leave, okay? And you too, Syl.
Syl is just like flying all over the place. She doesn't give a crap. But
Yeah.
Min looks really annoyed with you.
I know, but I can't bring you in there.
After a minute, she'll just nod. You can tell she still isn't happy, but she's resolved to give in.
And then Kira is going to go through the process of taking off all of her gear and starting to stow it in the bag of holding, and holy crap, does this already have some shit. There's things coming out of every single pocket. There's tablets, there's gadgets and gizmos, plenty. Don't sue us, Disney. And she's going to she starts loading up the bag of holding. Everything on my person is not going to fill up the bag of holding. And she puts her crossbow in the bag of holding. She puts her blade in, like, fucking everything. Down to just her armor. And then she shoulders it and says, okay, still don't know how to swim, but guess I'm ready.
So Tempest had walked over to the pool over here, and he's just getting a closer look. Like, is it actually water we're looking at here? Like, is it actually like a swirling pool of water? Or is it just...
Yeah. Yeah, it's a swirling pool of water. Yep. And you guys would remember that was how you exited as well.
Sorry,
By the
Kara,
way-
it's definitely water.
Yeah, I know. And she's going to twist, she's going to, just tap the screwdriver, which is the only item she has kept out. I'm going to do the enhanceability for con-related things, because I would like to swim better, please, and not drown.
Okay.
And then she's gonna look at Marcus and say, I know my armor slows me down when we run. Is that the same with swimming?
Get on my back.
Yeah, okay. And she was going to protest, and she looks just past at the pool and just, no, please don't let me drown.
Candace, I would know that, by the way, right? Like, water will impact somebody who's wearing armor that's going to weigh them down.
Yeah, you would know that. You wear armor.
Okay.
Yeah, I would think you would know that.
Yeah, it's going to suck for me too, but we about to do this.
Okay, guys.
Because he does
Don't
not
let
answer the
anything
question, though.
So was all of this in Elven?
No, that was in common.
Then probably like the. Fuck you.
Yeah, he didn't answer that question, by the way.
So I guess when if Kira basically says she's struggling with armor, then Bonk will probably be like, I guess I'll go after because I don't wear any armor.
Before we get ready to like die, Marcus will like walk over with Kira on his back, kind of like, you know, keeping her close, but looking at the pool still. Out of curiosity, how much weight can your bag of holding still contain?
She's gonna touch it and say, a few 100 more pounds. Almost. A little under.
How much of your armor, Min and Sil, can you get into that bag right now, if necessary?
Not Min. Everything else without a problem.
Marcus
Actually,
will shrug her off the back.
Do you have a... And that was the Gang shrugged off. Do you still have the potions of enlarge or reduce?
You and I were thinking the same fucking thing. Yes, I do. He opens the pouch and he grabs one of the potions of growth. So the potion of growth will cast enlarge reduce for 1d4 hours, and he will pop one off and say, drink this, and then we need to put everything we can into the bag of holding, including your armor, weapons, gizmos, gadgets, who'sama whatsits. Sil can go in there as well. And then when we get to where we need to be, I can put everything back on you in about 4 seconds.
So she looks at the potion, starts to ask a question, then stops. Her ears go completely dark for a second. There's the buffering symbol in her everything. And it's like, is that just growth, or can that shrink too?
Oh, sorry. Yes, it's these alchemists title their things very horrifically because, you know, they're not masters of magic. It has the same effects of an enlarge reduce. So you can go very little.
Okay, Min, call over herself. Do you want to come with into the water place? You'll have to get really small and get in the bag first.
Hold on.
Yeah, can
thinking.
Marcus hold Min? Or, I mean, not Marcus. Can Kira hold Min and Sil and just, like, and just give Marcus the bag of holding? Is that what I'm understanding is the process of the operation, or the order of operations here, or?
Oh, I had been thinking about just shrinking Min and putting the cats in, and then dealing with myself not in the bag, but...
Oh, shit, but that would get them in without any issue.
That's true, because
Yes.
the weight
Reduced by-
reduces.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
So as soon as you say, like, call for Min, she's like up and ready because she's like, she changed her mind. I knew she would. And then you tell her the plan, and there's hesitation for a second.
Yes, so it will reduce her her weight to 1/8 of what it was.
Okay, yeah, so that's...
Holy shit, that's huge.
So, Min, she'll look... She'll look at you, Kira, and then look at Syl, and then look back at you, and then she just kind of, like, drops her head.
You can stay out here with... You can stay out here with Zachary.
She, like, nudges your hand.
Okay. I'm sorry. And she is going to... She's gonna shrink her cat. Put the shrunken cat and the tiny cat into the bag of holding along with her armor.
All right.
By the way, for the DM notes, I am not moving every single thing in my inventory. The
That's fine.
weight's enough. The only thing I am keeping out is my screwdriver, and I'm going to take a moment to grab a cloth, strip a cloth, and make sure that it's tied to me so I cannot drop that.
Okay, got it. Yeah, that's fine, no problem. All right.
Because I need at least one thing. That's it.
Yeah, Pumpkin, that is what would happen. Syl would just vanish.
Also,
So-
as a player, sorry, the process of, yes, let's go in the portal takes 20 minutes, but decided a long time ago this already did not do water.
I actually had a picture of the portal. I don't remember.
Oh shit.
So that when you look into it, that's what you see.
That is amazing.
Very cool.
Way more intense.
Yep, that reinforces the I don't like waterness.
Yeah, so once they shrink down, by the way, and are like bagged, and she has her armor off, Marcus will go ahead and have her again like climb on his back, and then he will take the bag of holding, so she's also not having to burden that weight.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna kind of straddle up to the portal. Is everybody good?
Yeah. Yeah, ready when you guys are.
Master Tempest, is there anything we should know? Anything special we should know about potentially Aeronor or this encounter or the Kraken or anything? And he kind of reaches across. Kethrian, anything we should know?
The dragon looks at you and says, last time I was in there, it looked the same way it did last time you were in there.
Understood. Master Tempest?
I can't. I don't know what we're walking into. I have no idea.
Good. All right. Well then. Marcus will jump into the portal. Not like a dramatic jump, but he's just going to kind of like take a step forward and then like, bloop.
Tempest dived in. A little bit more dramatic.
It's so good that Marcus doesn't need to breathe because there is a chokehold going on.
It's not that I can't breathe. It's not that I don't need to breathe. It's that I can. Which is actually good because that means that the struggle, the panic of drowning is probably
Yeah,
gone.
yeah.
Does it feel like there's a drowning panic, Candace?
So it is a little.
I don't remember going through this the last time because it was a little bit more chaotic.
It was
right?
much more chaotic. You're getting kicked out, essentially, because he was like, "What the fuck is everybody doing here?" So there is a little bit of a panic initially because it's a vortex, like it's a swirling vortex, and it sucks you in. So there's a little bit of a fight you have to do, but then like once you get through that initial part, it's actually air for part of it. So you are able to walk about 20 or 30 feet, and then you have to go through another vortex. So then you have to fight your way back out of it. But it is, I mean, you are soaking wet. It's not like you went through it. No, I'm dry. Just kidding. It wasn't real water. You guys did. I mean, you can taste the salt of the seawater on your lips as you're walking through.
Smells like home. Anyway.
Yeah, for you, yeah.
I'll
be,
follow
as
him after. Sorry, you go first, Tempest.
As I was walking, I'm trying to, connect to Aranor as much as possible. Trying to get her presence with me.
As you are walking through this portion of the portal, you can't sense her. You're not able to connect with her.
Just as we're walking through the portal.
Yeah, like prior to that, you still felt her. You could still kind of hear
Okay,
the humming, but in this portal, you are not hearing any of that.
That's concerning, but as long as I could feel her before I entered the portal, yeah.
Yeah.
Can I open the network to see if I can just get into all of our minds and the structure of this portal?
Yeah, you could do that.
I'll burn a side point for it.
No, you don't have to do that.
Okay.
So you open the portal, and you can clearly hear everybody who's in there, everybody who walked through the vortex. You can like sense them in the network and hear surface level thoughts like usual. But there's this itself. It's almost like you hear as though you were underwater. There's like a muffled sense of to the network itself outside of the people who are in there with you.
That's all I really got. I can't go. I don't have any spell slots left. So sorry, guys.
Okay, so is everybody walking through? Nobody's doing anything wacky?
No, Bonkin will just walk through behind Marcus and Kira, and keep an eye out for if they drop anything. See that I understand, but that was a goblin, Kira. Good job.
All right, so everybody's walking through. Give me 1 second. We'll do another map change.
Really hope you were accurate in your "you can put all my gear back on me in about 4 seconds" bit, because I have a lot, and it has to come out of the bag of holding first.
4 to 6.
I don't want to die without all the things.
That is a way more peaceful looking Kraken than I thought. Holy shit.
So the picture, just so that you guys know.
That's
1
cool.
second.
That's really cool.
He's a big guy. He's a pretty big fella. 1 second. I always forget to move myself when I move you guys. Okay, so yeah, get yourselves wherever you would be. You appear right here. That's like where the portal lets out.
We got dragged way the fuck off the map.
Yes, you did.
I got it.
Okay.
I got us.
All right. Thank you. And when you get there, you do see him again. Let me change the music too. When you get there, you do see him, and he looks down at you. Does anybody have their weapons out?
Oh God, no. Nope. Nothing but hands.
I mean,
Malkin
yes.
has these hands.
My hands are lethal weapons.
I mean, I do have the multi-tool out, but I don't know if that's going to be recognized as a weapon versus a screwdriver.
Yeah, I would think. I mean, nobody's like wielding or brandishing a weapon. Nobody's coming in ready to fight. Okay. All right. So as you guys approach from the portal, you do see this gigantic Kraken, and he is just overlooking. He doesn't look surprised to see you at all. And anybody who might, well, let's see. I'm trying to think of who would do this role. I suppose Kira and Tempest. Just give me Arcana checks.
My brain is wet.
Yeah, it's soggy. Ew.
Gross.
I grossed myself out. Tempest, you suspect that the that space where you weren't able to speak with Aranor or sense Aranor, as well as like where the water kind of stopped, was almost like a, I don't want to say like a holding cell, but a way for him to see who's coming. So as you guys come out of the vortex, he looks down at you, and he says, "Welcome back."
Thank you for allowing us to enter your realm.
Of course, anything for Aranor.
Thank you. Is the water here? Is it like a little beach, or is it like a drop off into like a cliff kind
Down here, is that what you're talking about?
of? Yeah, like
Oh,
right
there. Oh, it's sort of, yeah, it's like a little beach. Like it goes into the water.
May I approach the water?
You may. She waits.
Tempest will. He'll have Zoopal kind of like draped over his shoulder as usual, and he'll kind of step into the water and wade down, probably like till it's like chest level or so. And as he does so, he'll the whole time his mind is trying to, again, to connect to Aranor again.
Yeah,
And once he's in the water, like around chest level, he'll say, "Aranor, I'm here. Can you hear me?"
and pretty much as soon as you start to focus on her, her song starts playing in your mind, and she does actually manifest in front of you.
Do we see it?
Yep, everybody sees her.
Holy shit.
She sort of comes up out of the water.
That's a cool ass model. I like it.
Thanks. I can't get her to face multiple directions, but so she pops up over here, so you guys are looking at each other, and she's just smiling. I mean, she looks exactly like she does when you are in her like pocket playing her demi plane, but just more real somehow.
Hi, Aranor. Everyone. Marcus, Kira, Lonkin, Ellen. This is Aranor.
Marcus nods. It's good to see you again.
She turns and looks at everybody and nods back, and she looks at you, Tempest, and then she just like grabs your face and she says, "I can't believe that I can actually do this." It just gives your cheeks like a little pinch and then lets go. And she just seemed almost
Tempest
giddy.
just kind of like brings her in for a real hug.
Oh yeah, she would fully embrace you if you did that. I mean, just, and it's sincere. Like she's legitimately happy to see you, and just squeezes you so tight.
How do you feel? Do you think you're ready for this?
Well, I'm as ready as I'm going to be. I guess if I'm being honest with you, I don't entirely remember exactly what we're doing.
It's okay. It's okay. We're going to break the loop.
She, when you say those words, she actually looks a little bit shocked. And you see her facial expression change, and for a second you swear you see Sirlath. Right.
It's okay. It's okay to be. It's okay to be scared. We're going to.
What do you need me to do?
I need you to think about Sirlath, and Tempest will, um, through Zupal, he'll attempt to project the image of Sirlath into Aranor's mind. To focus on Sirlath Fostrad. I want you to think about the first time, your first memory of her, your first memory of you, and maybe when two of you diverged.
She starts to focus, also for the, just as a reminder. So you'll see her, she nods and she'll close her eyes and she starts to focus, and she does look like she's struggling. She starts to think back, and you feel connected to her thoughts here. So give me 1 second here.
Candace, as all of this is happening, as he's having this conversation, I'm going to kind of open the bag of holding, and I'm going to reach in. I will burn a psi point.
Okay.
And I'm going to use Psychic Don / Doff armor, and I'm going to pull all of Kira's equipment out, and I'm going to psychically attach it to her.
Okay. So Tempest, you will kind of get pulled into her vision. You're seeing things through her eyes, and you see her. You can see like in the water a reflection of Sirlath, so you're not seeing Aranor's face when you're looking at yourself. And she's dropping the necklace into the water, and then it sort of like rewinds, and it brings you back a little bit. You feel that rubber banding feeling that you felt before, and you can tell that you are, back in time some. And she sees, you recognize immediately, TW, and he is casting some kind of ritual. You can see. You I guess, focus in, and you can see that there is a picture of you, Marcus, Kira, Bonkin, and Aegis that he's involving in this ritual. So I feel an urge to do something about that. And you pick up the closest thing you can find, which happens to be a glass bottle of some kind, and throw it directly at him. And you nail him right in the back of the head. You clearly interrupt the ritual. And he turns and looks at you and points, and all of a sudden there are arms around you, and you are being restrained. And then your vision goes dark. Then there's clearly another time lapse of some kind. And you see... Actually, you guys did things in the right order now. It changes things a little bit. You see what you clearly recognize as the Voidwalker. The Voidwalker is placing you down and restraining you, and starts to cast some kind of ritual or something on you. And at that moment, you start feeling the rubber banding really start. It gets really bad. And it gets to a point where it's almost unbearable, and you could hear yourself screaming. The Voidwalker watches as the ritual continues, and suddenly you feel like you can't remember anything anymore. The next thing you know, you are standing, looking in the water again, dropping the necklace. Then your viewpoint changes, and you reach up and catch a necklace that is slowly floating down in the water toward you. You put it around your own neck, and you immediately swim off as fast as you can. And the next time you surface from the water, you are here looking at the Kraken. You explain to him what you've seen, and he tells you that the young girl was you, and explains everything. At that point, he explains that you've come to him before with this, and each time that you come to him, you remember less and less. So he has given you the power of a siren so that you can traverse this and potentially find somebody to help you with this problem, because it's not something he can do.
I'm sorry, I missed who he was.
The Kraken.
Was the Kraken?
Yep. So at this point, the Kraken actually speaks up, and he says, I remember what the world forgets. I know who she truly is. I know the nature of the loop, and I know what she was trying to stop. Unfortunately, in my attempt to assist her, I was then taken over as well. When she was Sirlath, she swore fealty to me, much as you have to her. I allowed her to have powers, which is, I believe, how she became involved in this situation. This person needs to be stopped, and I realize that's what you're working on now.
You don't.
I've tried to help as best as I could, but I'm limited because leaving this plane of existence, especially now, puts me at risk.
To be captured again by the...
Correct. I understand that the Voidwalker is not a threat, but it doesn't mean that this ritual caster is no longer a threat. If anything, he may be more of one now. I do believe that there is a way to stop the loop, but it will require an anchor of sorts. Typically, the way that time, magic, and essence works, there has to be a willing person who will step in to play that role. It's not an easy one to play. And Aranor, as all of this is going on, she's, remembering things, and she's just got tears streaming down her face as everything flies back to her. And she looks at you, Tempest, and she goes, Sirlath is me. That's me.
It's you. Sorry, this has happened to you.
Well,
You remember everything?
right now I do. It was, he was summoning all of you. He was bringing you here. I still don't know the why, but I knew it didn't feel right. It didn't feel good.
He was bringing us here through a connection with you? Is that how I understand that?
I think he was planning on bringing you here. My connection is that I tried to stop him. I knew it wasn't right. I had to do something. Oh my gods. I don't know the why. Should I know the why? And she looks up at the Kraken. And he says, we never learned the why. Significance here of some kind, obviously.
Do we know, Mr. Kraken, sir? Do we know how to locate and isolate TW? They are obviously a very powerful creature, enough to intercept Bonkin wish spell through time, and from what I understand, beat him to death for 4 years. How do
And
we
has Master Ages now.
has Master Ages? Yeah. How do we stop something like that? It seems way out of our league.
The only reason he seems out of your league is because he has the advantage of knowing what's going to happen next. You have to change what's going to happen next. Unfortunately, and he you can kind of see expression on his face. I mean, he's been mostly like calm. When he looks at Aranor, there's almost a look of pity on his face. And he says, unfortunately, a small child, no matter how much power I might imbue her with, is only capable of so much. This form that she's in is the only thing that has kept her, quite frankly, from withering to nothing with all of the constant time warping she's doing. Breaking the loop, I don't know what that means for her.
So, I don't know if this is even something you might know, but we've been encountering a time dragon recently. Do you think that maybe TW is connected with this time dragon as well, and they are maybe one and the same entity?
That could be a possibility. It would explain the ability to harness the time energy and magic the way he has. It's not an easy bit of magic to utilize, let alone manipulate.
Just didn't seem. I mean, I know there are powerful beings out there, but it seemed like. Apologies to any to the gnome friends that I have, but a silly-looking little gnome has the ability to do all the things that he's done without being either more than he seemed or aided by something way more powerful.
It would make a lot of sense if that were the case, and a disguise such as that would make him fly under the radar, as they say. I believe that there is a possibility that dealing with him, and he kind of nods and motions toward Aranor again, could change her form.
She'll become Sir Lath again.
Possibly. She may possibly also cease to exist.
Oh.
You'd feel Aranor.
Concerning.
You'd feel her hand on your shoulder, and she like swims up closer next to you, and she says, "Tempest, I may have been a child, but I knew what I was doing, and stopping him is what I was doing. So regardless of what it means for me," she just stops.
No, I don't want. I don't want anything to happen to you because of us again. It was, yes, it was him who tried to draw us here, but it was also us that are the cause of your change, essentially.
I was the cause of my change. I could have done nothing. I could have let him cast the ritual and not gotten involved. She gets a sad smile on her face. It'll be okay.
I hope so. I wish there was some kind of guarantee. I can't. Is there? I'll turn back to the Kraken. Is there any way to, I guess, guarantee Aranor and Sarlath's safety? Can we? Anything we can do?
Marcus will kind of open his hands at that point and kind of turn to the Kraken, and I'll open a bond. I'll open the network between me and him, and I'm just going to show him essentially what I've got in the bank right now as far as psychic energy, and just so you're aware, that's 9 out of 10 points, with 2 in the bank, if need be. And he's just going to say out loud, is there any way this can assist in preventing this shift in their reality, or?
Since you're connected, you'd feel a fondness, like a feeling of fondness come over you from him. And he says, I wish that it could. This situation does require a bit more. And his gaze and attention turns to Alan. And he says, one who had previously been under my care, who wishes to repent. And he sounds really stern when he says that. Alan's like basically shaking in his boots. Might be given an opportunity to redeem himself.
Okay, I'll disconnect from the network and let them finish. He just kind of...
So we're at 10:07, guys. Do we want to cut it for now until next week?
Yes, probably.
All right.
I'll leave that up to you guys.
I have been up for so many hours.
Yeah.
I'm a little bit dying.
All right, we'll cut it here. Give you guys something to chew on for the week, and then yeah, we'll pick back up where you're not fighting the Kraken next week.
Thank you for not making us fight a brain demon or a Kraken.
You're very welcome.
This section.
45,
Yet.
45 foot tall Kraken on this map.
He's huge. He's freaking gigantic, man.
That's a big fucking squid. Don't like that.
I'm glad you guys didn't use too many resources prior to coming here. I'm like, I can't say anything. I can't tell y'all you're not going to fight a Kraken, but you're not going to fight a Kraken. Don't waste things. I mean, you still
I
could.
used all my key points.
One potion.
All my key points.
One potion.
I have like a bunch of first level spells, so I'm like, oh god, it's gonna be down to cantrips alone.
Hey, cantrips can be great things. They can kill.
Oh yeah.
They can kill hags.
I do have all my points, so I will be walking in this with like 11 points, 11 side points, and a bunch of like my free abilities. But besides that, all my magic items they're gone.
We're
I
gonna
got my
raid
stuff,
science.
but I don't have any spells left other than my one emergency bring Min back if she dies spell slot that will never ever be used ever.
Ever.
Yes.
Find a way to get a revivify
Hold on,
back
y'all.
into
I
this
just saw like a bombshell of a message.
spell store.
I can cast it.
All right, guys. Thanks for hanging out. We're gonna go raid
Freshy.
science
Yeah,
streams.
at least we can bring one more person back.
Well, no, I don't. I can't
appreciate you
cast it
guys hanging
today,
out.
but
It
I
was a
can
great
cast it into
session.
the ring
Let's
when
go
we're
raid science,
ready for that.
and we will see you guys on Tuesday for Crochet
I
and
can.
Chill.
I just have to
Thank you
sleep
for
and
hanging
prepare
out. Well,
it.
as long as I
No,
don't have
it's
work to
okay.
do,
Nothing
but
to
I
So
should
we'll
be
need
here
the
for Crochet
diamond
and
and
Chill.
stuff, but that is
All right,
something I
guys.
can help
Thank you
with.
so
Oh,
much.
that
We'll
makes
see you on
sense.
Tuesday.
That makes sense. Fresh,
Yeah,
you
we're
were
like
just
one
reviewing.
day,
No,
by the way,
Spikes. I'm not checking
away
work
from me
email.
being able to do that ritual where I can just like refresh all of us after a fight. So
Yeah.
So I'm hearing is when this is over, we
My
take like
chicken
a day's
was all
break.
over
and then we go fuck a
Toledo's
dragon.
gone the entire
and
day.
When
now.
when when do we get our breaks? I
And then
want
what
my
ended
2
up
to
happening was
6 weeks.